following is a presentation of Baldwin Sports Live, your home for live coverage of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at haydenoutdoors.com. Also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.
Good evening from Steve Grogan Stadium in Ottawa. It's week 2 of the high school football season as the 0-1 Baldwin Bulldogs visit the 0-1 Ottawa Cyclones. Tonight, you're watching Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. I'm Bryce Kessler, along with my partner Ryan Hilmer, as we welcome you into the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. The Bulldogs hit the road for the first time this year in hopes of picking up their first win of the year as well. And in fact, both teams tonight looking for win number 1 after season opening losses this past Friday. We'll touch on those games for you here in a moment. As far as this series goes, it's been almost dead even over the last decade plus, but Ottawa has had the upper hand lately. They have won 3 straight over the Bulldogs now after last year's 52-0 shutout with the Cyclones in Baldwin. It's the longest winning streak for either team in this series over the last 13 years. So Baldwin is ready to try and get back on the winning side of this rivalry between Baldwin and Ottawa. Backdrop set for a great night of football here in Ottawa. It's a nice, warm, calm evening for football here in Ottawa. Plenty more to come here on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. We'll take a look at some of the key matchups for you tonight. Ryan will give us the State Farm game plan and more as we count you down to kickoff coming up here at the top of the hour. You're watching Bulldog football on Baldwin Sports Live. This is the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. It continues next.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Personal service from people who care. That's what you get at your hometown community bank, Baldwin State Bank. Whether it's personal finances, business money management, loans and credit, or savings for retirement, go see the folks at Baldwin State Bank. For over 120 years, they've helped serve our community. Enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at Baldwin State Bank. Proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs, and we are hoping for a great night of Bulldog football here in Ottawa this evening as the Dogs hit the road for the first time. As we take a look back last week, you see the result from last week there, 41-0, the final score in that game against Eudora. Ryan, all things considered, it was an improvement over last year's Week 1 game against Eudora, and I would even go as far as to say it was better than the 41-0 final score may have ended up showing.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I think the final score at the end of the day, things got a little out of hand towards the fourth quarter, but they started out, Baldwin did pretty good for the first quarter and a half. They looked pretty good offensively. They were moving the ball up and down the field, and defensively they were playing pretty well, but overall they just couldn't get it done. I think some of the numbers and the lack of depth came into play a little bit against Eudora, and Eudora is also a really good football team. We talked about that last week, so I think Baldwin this week going to have a better opportunity at a football team that's still a good football team, but yeah, they're not as good as Eudora.
3 real key plays in my mind in that game, and they came in 3 consecutive possessions. Of course, the offensive pass interference that was quite honestly a terrible call, but that Grosvenor had the touchdown called back. The ensuing possession, a 3rd and 32 that gets converted for a 35-yard touchdown, and then the ensuing possession after that, the tip ball at the line that goes for a pick 6, and it quickly went from potentially being a game that you're down 1 or up by 1 to, in the blink of an eye, you're down 22-0, and the confidence kind of went with that snowball of those 3 big key plays in my mind. And so that's one of the big things for me, is the Bulldogs needing to find a way to have some good things happen, to grasp a hold of some confidence and get a little bit of that we can do this attitude early in the ball game.
Yeah, exactly. I think we talked about it a little bit last week. It's part of that process that you go through as a program, is trying to stay in football games and then trying to figure out how to win, how to be resilient. And when those bad things happen, those mistakes, and then you just turn around and you say, okay, next play, we win the next play. But that's part of the learning process. That's part of what Baldwin's going to get better at as we go on in the year. This is a good opportunity tonight. But I think, yeah, you're right. That touchdown that got called back that Grosvenor would have had, I think that would have changed a lot of things early on and built the confidence of the Bulldogs. So hopefully they get another fast start tonight, and we can get it going, keep it going.
You see Ottawa's opening game there, a 31-24 loss to Atchison. We'll touch on that and more when we come back here on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. We're going to step aside for the national anthem. More to come right after this on Baldwin Sports Live.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Back at the Baldwin State Bank pregame show, getting you set for Baldwin and Ottawa tonight as we continue our pregame coverage here and a preview of this matchup. We were just touching on last week for these two teams. For Ottawa, 31-24 loss on opening night on the road against Atchison. The Cyclones took the opening kickoff back for a touchdown in that game, but then they turned it over on each of their first 2 offensive possessions. Both those resulted in Atchison touchdowns. The game was tied at 21 at the half. Atchison then went up 10 in the fourth quarter before Ottawa made a field goal from 29 yards out. Got the ball back with 2:19 to go in that game, down 7, but turned it over on downs after converting 1 first down on that potential game-tying drive late in the fourth quarter. In the end, it was a 31-24 loss for the Cyclones. So we take a look at our matchup and our preview of the opponent here, the scouting report on this Cyclones team. And they are a team that will run the spread, but they do like to run the ball out of that spread, and Zion Wooden is their feature guy. He is their running back that's going to see the majority of the work. A senior, second-team All-League last year, 6'1", 212 pounds, carried it 19 times for 93 yards in the opening game against Atchison. So expect to see a heavy dose of Zion Wooden in this game, and going to have to be ready to tackle because, again, at 6'1", 212, he's not an easy guy to bring down. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit last week how Baldwin needed to improve their tackling this season. They did a pretty good job for the most part against Eudora in week 1, but they're going to have to be very sound again this week on that side of the ball tackling because he's, like you mentioned, going to be the bell cow, get a lot of carries tonight. Javion Shepard is the other guy that will see some touches. He is not the size of a back like Wooden, only 5'8", 158 pounds, but he can scoot. He's got a motor. He's the in fact, he's the guy who took that kickoff 95 yards for a touchdown to open the game last week for Ottawa. So a couple of good athletes there. They will throw the ball, though. Again, like I said, they run the spread. They're more of a run team out of the spread, but they're not afraid to put the ball in the air. Zayton Vink last week threw it 23 times. They only completed 9 of them. And that's the thing with their passing game. And in a lot of ways, you can kind of relate it to Baldwin, where they're going to take some deep shots. They're going to take some chances. And, of course, the deeper balls, lower percentage, your completion percentage on those. So Vink didn't complete a high percentage, but he came up with some big completions for them, and they do love the screen game as well. So you like to talk about the eyes defensively, where you keeping your assignment sound. Yeah. That's going to be important in this game as well, because there's nothing that a screen beats better than poor assignment football by a defense. Yeah, that's exactly what the screens are designed to do, is to get you looking in the wrong spots. You get to watching something else, and then before you know it, you got a couple big linemen pulling out, and they got the screen out wide, and they got guys leading a convoy down the sideline. And so you got to definitely watch that. They ran a lot of screens last week in their first game, and so trying to shut that down and be a big part of the defensive game plan tonight for the Bulldogs. Both teams 0-1. Both teams looking for that first victory of the season. They met last year. It was all Cyclones, 52-0 in Baldwin. You can bet that Baldwin does not want a repeat of that performance tonight, and they have no plans to have a repeat of that performance. Coming up next, it's the keys to the game as Ryan lays out our State Farm Insurance Codiano game plan for you. That's coming up next here on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered, to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs. With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show as we get you set for this road game tonight with the Baldwin Bulldogs on a beautiful night here in Ottawa as they take on the Ottawa Cyclones, and it is time to let you know what the game plan is for this one. And to do that, we bring in our State Farm Insurance Codiano Game Plan, brought to you by your local State Farm insurance agent, Codiano. A good time to stop by and review your policy as kids head back to school or go off to college, whether it's updating a current policy or maybe you're looking to switch to something brand new. Well, give Cody a chance to sit down with you and see how they can help you out there at State Farm Insurance. They'd love to help a neighbor out. Call them at 785-594-0270 or visit codyismyagent.com. As we take a look at our game plan here tonight, Ryan, what do you got for us?
Yeah, well, number one, anybody that watched that game against Eudora last week knows that capitalizing on mistakes is going to have to be a big one tonight. Eudora committed 18 penalties last week, and Baldwin was really unable to take advantage of that. They also threw an interception there right before half, and so Ottawa, they'll give you some opportunities. They turned it over 3 times in their first game against Atchison, so if Baldwin gets presented those opportunities tonight, they're going to have to take advantage of it. Number 2 is finishing off drives on both sides of the ball. Offense, they had 2 red zone trips, 0 points. They started out the game pretty well, but defensively, I mean, they had a lot of 3rd and longs. They forced Eudora into 5 3rd and longs, and then Eudora in those 5 went 5 for 5, averaged 17 yards and a couple of touchdowns, and had one big play on a 3rd and like 23, I think.
Well,
that
3rd and 32.
32. Yeah. They busted out a touchdown. So finishing off drives defensively and offensively, that's going to be a big one. And then number 3, just threw it in there to solid special teams like Bryce mentioned in the open. They took the opening kickoff against Atchison in their first game. So got to be special or solid on special teams, covering the kicks and the punts tonight.
No doubt about it. That's your State Farm Insurance game plan as we get you set for some football tonight as the Baldwin Bulldogs are on the road to take on the Ottawa Cyclones. You've been watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Personal service from people who care. That's what you get at your hometown community bank at Baldwin State Bank. Whether it's your personal finances, maybe it's a business that you want help with your money management, you need a loan, you need some credit, you're saving for your retirement, you're saving for college, whatever the case may be, go see Baldwin State Bank. They've got the right tools to help you out and get you where you want with your finances. For over 120 years, they've helped serve our community. Enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at Baldwin State Bank. Starting lineups and the opening kick are coming up next. You're watching Bulldog Football on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Football time at Ottawa. You're watching Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. As we get set to kick this one off, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. They are brought to you by Lumberyard Arts Center. And there's your starters for the Baldwin defense. 3-4 scheme led by inside backer Wesley Martin, their leading tackler. They will see a different look tonight than they did last week against Eudora. Spread offense for Ottawa. Zion Wooden, second-team All-League running back. He's their featured guy. 4 of those 5 offensive linemen, Evans, Gomez, McFadden, and Callahan, all returning starters to go along with Cooper Stone on that offensive line. On the other side of the football, the Ottawa defense, Baldwin offense there on your screen. Offense for Baldwin, a spread look. Jack Harvey the quarterback of this group. Mixed bag in week one. Started hot, but the offense kind of fizzled out at the first couple of drives. They'll look to get going again here tonight against this 4-3 defense of Ottawa. Parker Googe is their top tackler and the leader on this side of the football. Safety Hayden Dury had one of the 2 Ottawa interceptions last week against Atchison. 4 turnovers in total forced by Ottawa last week. Starting lineups are brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center as you take a look at the lineup for the Lumberyard Arts Center now at 718 High Street in Baldwin City. Don't miss out on all these great events coming out. Live music, arts and crafts, unique experiences. They have youth and adult classes and so much more at the Lumberyard Arts Center. Learn more at lumberyardartscenter.org. Create, play, and innovate at your creative home in Baldwin City, the Lumberyard Arts Center. All right, here we go. Baldwin and Ottawa.
Beautiful night for football. Great playing surface. Got nice turf. Looks perfect. I mean, great night. Should be some good football.
Sun has pretty much gone down. It's no longer that hot sun, and it's 84 degrees right now. Pretty much dead calm. Just a slight little kind of north breeze here in Ottawa. Or not north, but a west breeze, I should say, here in Ottawa. But it's not too bad. It's a pretty nice night here for football. Have to protect maybe against some cramps, but other than that, should be a good night as it is time for our opening kickoff. It's brought to you by Baldwin City Recreation Commission. Tickets are on sale now for their second annual Downtown Beverage Festival. Make plans to join BCRC in downtown Baldwin Saturday, October 22nd from 3 to 7 p.m. to sample some of the region's finest beverage offerings with the backdrop of live music, food trucks, and more. Early bird tickets on sale for $30. Attendance is capped for the event, so don't wait and miss out. Get your tickets now before they sell out. Buy them now at baldwinrec.org or stop by the office at 705 High Street. The opening kickoff goes out of bounds, which will give the Bulldogs good starting field position here to open up this ball game, Ryan. And last week, opening 2 drives, the offense looked really good for the Bulldogs. So let's see if they can dial back in to that here to start this game, as they're going to ask to start it on the right hash from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I think they had a really good game plan going into that game last week. I don't know if they scripted their plays coming out to the gate or not, but really good opening 2 or 3 drives. See if they can't replicate that tonight.
So in the backfield, you'll notice no Connor Murray tonight. He is not suited up for the Bulldogs, so they have both Vance Morgan and Jaden Michael in the backfield here to start this one. And it is Michael who gets the game's first carry, but unable to get back to the line of scrimmage as he is ripped down for a loss. So there's a nice play made in the backfield. Mitch Long, the outside linebacker, on the tackle for loss as the Bulldogs lose 3 on first down on the carry from Michael.
It's got to be a big contribution from some backups that haven't played a whole lot. No Connor Murray tonight. Just gives guys an opportunity to step up. Got some confusion now for the Bulldogs. Going to have to burn an early timeout.
Well, better first half than second half, I suppose, to have to burn one of those timeouts early in a ball game. But here we are just 38 seconds into this one. The Bulldogs, in order to avoid potentially a penalty there, or certainly to avoid having to run helter-skelter on that big second down and 12 play early on, Bob Lisher takes the timeout. Bob Lisher, in his second year as the head coach of the Bulldogs, he is a longtime high school coach in the state of Kansas, was previously a head coach for 22 years at Lawrence Free State, and crossed over the border over to Missouri at William Crispin High School, assistant over there, but took over this Baldwin program last year, went 1-7 in his first season, 0-1 now here in his second season to start as the Bulldog head coach. Looking for career win number 150. See if the Bulldogs can get it for him here on the road tonight. Well, second and 12 for the Bulldogs. And Jack Harvey finds some open space. A flag comes in as the tackle is made by Shepard at the 42-yard line. It's a 7-yard run, but a flag thrown to the backfield. And Ottawa is applauding. And it's a hold against the Bulldogs.
Holding penalty against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, obviously not the way you wanted to start your opening drive. Got a loss, 3 yards on the first play, and then a holding call in second. That was a nice speed option look to the right, though. Nobody covering up Jack, the quarterback, and he kept it for a good gain, but going to back him up on the holding call.
This possession started with great field position at the 35-yard line after the kickoff went out of bounds, but the Bulldogs now back on their own 26-yard line. And they face second down and 19. Harvey on a design rollout, throws off the hands of Darnell and intercepted by Austin Curtis. Tackle at the 21-yard line, but that is not the start the Bulldogs wanted on the road here tonight. Penalty puts them behind the chains after a loss, and then a turnover on just their third snap of the ball game.
Cyclones take over 1st and 10 from the Bulldogs.
This is one of those moments right now, though. You got to be resilient. We talked about it. This is how you kind of change the program, change the culture. You hear that so much in the world of football, changing the culture to a winning culture. You got to bounce back and try to hold them to at least a field goal attempt here.
So tremendous starting field position for the Cyclones, who lost 31-24 in their opening night game at Atchison. Zayton Vink hands off on first down for a short gain here off the left side. They are a spread team predominantly, but there goes Wooden out of a full house backfield on first down. They pick up 3 down to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, perhaps they watched a little bit of film and saw Eudora having a lot of success out of those similar formations. Decided to stack it up with a lot of running backs.
Well, not only do you have Wooden, who again is their feature guy in the backfield, but you've also got Parker Googe in that backfield, and now the handoff here to Dante Sylvie. And Sylvie takes it down inside the 10-yard line. And they put it at the 7 after a 9-yard run by Sylvie. So a new set of downs. It makes it first down and goal for Ottawa from the 7-yard line, trying to take advantage of a short field after the opening possession turnover by Baldwin, who turned it over twice last week on a pair of interceptions. And a ball off the hands of the tight end Darnell results in the interception, and now 3 plays later it results in an Ottawa touchdown as Dante Sylvie caps it off with a 7-yard score. 3 plays to go, 19 yards into the end zone, and the Cyclones are on the board, 6-0 lead on Baldwin.
Came out in a different look, like you mentioned. It was kind of a power I formation, that possession on the short field, and kind of threw a lot of misdirection at Baldwin, confused them, and it was a walk-in touchdown.
Wooden, a good kicker, was 3 for 3 last week on his extra points, and he knocks this one through. It's 7-0 Ottawa here with 10:08 left in the first on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
7-0 lead for Ottawa here after they capitalize quickly after a Baldwin turnover, and Darnell will make that Michael actually, who after he caught it, it looks like, then kind of signaled for the fair catch. And the official, let's see what they rule here, that they're going to give him, if you call for the fair catch initially, that's fine. But after you've caught it,
I've never seen that, to be honest.
They're going to go ahead and rule it dead there. Yeah. So Baldwin, unfortunately, because of that, will start back at their own 13-yard line. So not the smoothest start here for Baldwin tonight, with a penalty already, a turnover, and now a mistake really on the return this time around. So how will they respond? Jack Harvey, the offense, from their own 13-yard line. Quick throw, hooks up with Grossner out to the 19. So a 6-yard completion. Hopefully that will maybe get them going here. Just the first positive play on the offensive side. They're going to mark it out at the 20 for a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, nice little throw in rhythm for Jack. Get him going, get him on target.
And if you notice, our score camera goes a little bit wonky at times with the score and the clock. We apologize, but we're at the mercy of all the movement in the crowd and the stands, so it does jar our camera from time to time. We'll try to keep it mostly in focus for you. 2nd and short for the Bulldogs, and they will go to the ground here again without their starting running back Connor Murray tonight. So that's Vance Morgan who gets the carry. He got the start at running back tonight, and he takes it to the 24-yard line, and it looks like it should be enough for a first down, and it is. A 4-yard run from Morgan, and it moves the chains. First down of the game for the Bulldogs.
Getting 4 yards on the play, and the Bulldog first down.
Baldwin needs a response here on this drive. We talked about it last week when things kind of started to go downhill for him after a couple of bad breaks. And I don't know if you can call them bad breaks, as they were sort of self-inflicted, the early ones in this game, as Michael gets the carry but can't get out of the backfield once again. A tackle for loss. This time it's Austin Curtis who's able to make the tackle for a loss of 2. They need some positive happenings early on in the ball game. Get some confidence back up with this team that's gone through a couple of tough years. Ottawa's been the same. They've gone through a few tough years as well. But, of course, last year they won this head-to-head matchup with Baldwin. They played well, all things considered, in their opener. A 1-score loss on the road at Atchison. So coming in with a little bit more confidence for this group of Ottawa in their home opener here tonight. Here's a 2nd down and 12. Fake to Michael. Harvey. Tough angle to try to contort his body and throw, looking for Darnell. But it falls incomplete, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and long for Baldwin.
Brings up 3rd down and 12 for the Bulldogs. From the 22.
Pretty good play design that time. He had a couple of receivers breaking free on the far end of the field there. Just like you said, running to your left as a quarterback, that's tough, trying to get your shoulders turned and towards the line of scrimmage, make an accurate throw. Now 3rd and long, this is not the situation you want to be in.
After those 2 really nice drives to start, they had a 9-play, 8-play drive in their first 2 last week, and then no more than 5 plays or more, in no longer than a 24-yard drive after that last week. So hoping that they would look more like the early offense last week. Good time to throw here for Harvey. Takes a deep shot for Darnell, and it's through his hands and incomplete. He had a couple of steps on the defense. A chance for a big one right there for Baldwin. But it's dropped by the senior tight end, Sam Darnell, and it will force the Bulldogs into a punting situation on 4th down and 12.
Yeah, what a throw from Harvey, though. He had a nice pocket to set up in and delivered an absolute dime. Darnell just couldn't haul it in. Those are those little things, though. You got to bring passes like that in when you got an opportunity.
It's something the offensive line, they did a pretty good job last week against Eudora of protecting Harvey and giving him time like that to throw the football, as Wesley Martin reels in a high snap. Shepard takes it off of 1 bounce. He is dangerous in the open field. Took a kick back for a touchdown last week. Jack Harvey makes the tackle around the 23-yard line on this return by Shepard. So another really short field coming up for Ottawa. They only had to go 19 yards to score on their first possession after the interception, and this time they're going to start at the 23 of Baldwin. So another really short field for the Cyclones.
Going to come out in their spread look. This is what they've shown on film mostly. Got to watch the screen passes.
3 running plays on their opening drive, all on the ground, and they picked up the 19 yards for a touchdown. It's Zion Wooden on the carry to start this possession. Picks up 3 down to the 20. Stopped by Darnell. Wooden carried 19 times last week. Picked up 93 yards on the ground and had 1 score, but it was through the air. He caught a 33-yard screen pass for a touchdown. It was all after the catch yards on that 33-yard touchdown last week. They ran about 6 or 8 screens in the game against Atchison. Certainly something that the Bulldogs, I'm sure, are cued on this week. So far, it's been all ground and pound. Second down and 7. Ball on the 20. Wooden again. Makes the cut to the outside and goes in untouched. First rushing touchdown of the year for Zion Wooden, and he made that one look pretty easy as he goes 20 yards to the house, and it makes it 13-0 in favor of the Cyclones.
Zion Wooden with a 20-yard touchdown run.
This is one of those moments where the leaders on the Baldwin team have to be a little bit vocal and say, you know, this isn't the same old. We've got to fight our way back into this football game and not turn it into another game like last year against Ottawa that got ugly.
Wooden, after the touchdown run, now on to kick the extra point as well, and he has a perfect 5 of 5 to start the year. It's 14-0 Ottawa here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only
Doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Bank.com. Member FDIC.
Well, a picture-perfect start for the home team, the Ottawa Cyclones. They lead 14-0 less than 5 minutes into this game. They've only had to run 5 plays on offense, and they have resulted in 2 touchdowns already. Sylvie and Wooden each with touchdown runs. Wooden last coming on a 20-yard scamper. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors, the #1 land brokerage for farm, ranch, and recreational properties. Local Baldwin City brokers Shad and Penny Sheldon are ready to help you find your next dream property, like the Appanoose Creek Retreat, which is available in Franklin County. Got to see it to believe it. It's a perfect recreational slice of heaven for the avid outdoorsman. Nearly 115 pristine acres with a fully furnished, solar-powered cabin as well on the property. See this stunning property and more at HaydenOutdoors.com, or email Shad at HaydenOutdoors.com or Penny at HaydenOutdoors.com. Down 2 scores early. Jack Harvey and the Bulldog offense back to work. A jet sweep for Riker Grossner, who gets the corner and appears to have a first down as he goes out of bounds at the 31-yard line. So a 10-yard run on first down for Grossner. And the Bulldogs move the chains on 1 play to start this drive.
I like that nice little new wrinkle running the jet sweep for Grossner, trying to get him involved and move the chains.
Carried 11 times last year, did Grossner, for 42 yards. Had 1 carry, but it went for a 9-yard loss last week in the opener against Eudora. First and 10 for the 31-yard line. Now they fake the jet sweep the other way, and Harvey tucks it himself, takes the 35 for about 4. Sims makes that stop along with some help from Keegan Reimer. It'll bring up a second down and 6 for Baldwin. 3rd possession of the game now for the Bulldogs, and the first 2 have not gone the way they'd like. A 2-play drive resulting in a turnover, a 5-play drive resulting in a punt. They did have an opportunity, though, on that second drive, a deep ball that at the very least would have gone for about 40-some yards, if not all the way to the end zone. We'll see if they can dial something up like that again here. Harvey on the rollout. Underneath to Darnell, makes a nice catch this time as Harvey puts it right on his numbers. And it's a first down completion. Darnell out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. 7-yard completion, and the Bulldogs move the chains for the 2nd time on this series.
Yeah, and they're showing off some good rhythm and timing now on this drive. This is looking good. 2nd first down now. And they're mixing it up, running pass.
Hopefully they've settled in a little bit now. Unfortunately, if it's taken them only 5 minutes maybe to do it, but it's cost them 2 scores already on 2 short fields for Ottawa. Down 14 from their own 42, first down and 10. Harvey this time rolling right, wants Darnell again, and out of the reach of his tight end, who made a good.
Darnell's doing a nice job of getting himself open, though. That's 3-4 times now that he's presented himself as a nice target for Harvey. That time just a little bit out of his reach again.
No surprise that he has been heavily targeted early on in this season. Caught 4 passes last week. Over the last 3 games last year, he caught 17 passes in that 3-game stretch from Harvey. Was the leading receiver last year for the Bulldogs in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. Or second, I should say, in touchdowns, but led the team in receptions and receiving yards. This is Vance Morgan on the carry for 1. Gets stuck at the 43-yard line. Tackle made by Mitch Long.
This is going to be a challenge for the Baldwin linemen. Ottawa, you can see they're pretty stout up front. They're doing a pretty good job early on here in the first quarter, controlling the line of scrimmage. And Baldwin going to have to see if they can get some push here.
2 good-sized defensive tackles. Colin Harris, 5'8", 258, number 53, and Tommy Evans, 6'2", 259, number 64, on the inside of that line. And now on a 3rd down and 8, Harvey trying to get it with his legs. Falls across midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 of Ottawa. It's a 7-yard run for Harvey, and that certainly gives him a chance now on a 4th down. It'll be 4th and 1.
Yeah, I think you definitely have to go for it here.
No question.
Got finally a good drive putting together. Don't want to stunt that momentum. This is a big play right here. One of those key plays that we saw last week, 3 or 4 of them that didn't go Baldwin's way. They needed to convert some of these.
It seemed like every critical moment last week, didn't it, that it went Eudora's way. So far, you could say the same about the first 8 minutes of this game, and this ball deflected down by Austin Curtis, who was stuck right on the backplate of Darnell. Very little room to try to fit that ball into his tight end, and it's a turnover on downs for the Bulldogs after about a 2.5-minute drive. But it ends with a turnover on downs, and Ottawa gets it back with 4:49 to go in this first quarter, and the Cyclones already leading 14-0. They won't have quite the same field position this time around for Ottawa, but so far they have just sliced up this Baldwin defense. They've only had to run 5 plays, and they've all been running plays, averaging 8.5 yards per carry. Vink keeps it after the fake to Wooden, and it doesn't matter whether that's a short field, long field, Vink all the way. 51 yards on 1 play. Ottawa has scored now 3 touchdowns on just 6 snaps. Well, what a start for the home team Ottawa Cyclones. Zayton Vink to the house on a 51-yard run, and Wooden is out for the extra point try after a 20-0 start now for the Cyclones.
Vink to hold. Wooden to attempt the point after.
.439 to play in the first quarter. It's 21-0 Ottawa here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
One play, 51-yard scoring drive for the Cyclones, who lead 21-0 with 4:39 left to play first quarter. And Zion Wooden with a big boot back to the 1-yard line, and Grossner will bring it back. Doesn't get to the 20. Stopped at the 18-yard line by Shepard and Finch.
Shepard on the stop for the Cyclones, also Curtis.
So here comes the Baldwin offense now for a 4th time in this game, Ryan. Last possession, they finally got a little bit momentum on this side, had a couple of first downs, ultimately turning it over on downs, but they're getting into that desperation time already. They've got to come up with a response here as Ottawa has just come out firing and lead 21-0.
Yeah, it's all about building that confidence and just knowing that you can put a drive together whenever you need one. It's part of that growing pains as a program.
Harvey from the shotgun as they start at the 18-yard line. Option goes off the hands of Morgan. Ball's on the turf, scooped up by Nate Sims, and he'll trot in for a touchdown. And if it wasn't already bad, it just got worse for the Baldwin Bulldogs.
You probably couldn't have had a nightmare last night. There was going to be a worse start than this. It looked like a good pitch. It just kind of went off the hands of the running back. Just a lot of mental mistakes like that early.
Number 1 taking feet to hold. 28 Zion Wooden to attempt the point after for the Cyclones.
Zion Wooden for the extra point. He's had a busy first quarter. And he remains perfect. 28-0 Ottawa, 4:23 to go in the first here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Baldwin fans are waiting to try and wake up from the nightmare that they are in right now. It has been a nightmarish start here in week 2 for the Bulldogs as Darnell takes this kick back to the 24-yard line. Tackle made by John Sink. And the Bulldogs will once again bring the offense out of the field, facing a 28-point deficit with still 4:18 to go in the first quarter of this game. As it has just gone from bad to worse for the Bulldogs to this point. 2 turnovers, one directly into a touchdown. The last one, the other one 3 plays later was a touchdown, and then a 2-play offensive scoring drive and a 1-play offensive scoring drive for Ottawa, and the Cyclones up big, up 4 scores. Harvey with the pass for Grossner. And Riker pulls defenders out to the 34-yard line. Give him about 8 or 9 on that completion. 8-yard completion to start the drive. Second down and 2 coming up for the Bulldogs, who trail 28-0 here with just under 4 to go in the first quarter of this ball game. Four wide for Jack Harvey. 4 of 9 through the air to start this game. Hand off to Morgan. Makes a nice jump cut around that first defender. Takes it out to the 39-yard line. 6-yard run for Morgan. That moves the chains.
They take your bank on the stop for the Cyclones. Ball spotted on the 38-yard line. First down.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in this type of situation as a player. I think a lot of people have, and this is more about competitive pride right now and just trying to fight your way back into the game. So we got to look at each other in the eye and just say, we're going to win this next play. See how many you can string together.
Here's a first down and 10 at the 38-yard line. Harvey gets loose. Jack Harvey lowers the shoulder into the defender and bowls him over across midfield to the 45-yard line.
Sims makes a stop for the Cyclones.
So a nice carry there by Harvey, who picks up 17 yards. The biggest play of the night for the Bulldogs, and they've got a new set of downs in Ottawa territory.
You just feel like they're gaining more and more confidence offensively, moving the ball. They just got to stop shooting themselves in the foot, turning it over.
Had 2 turnovers last week. They've already turned it over twice tonight. 2 first downs on this possession. Had a couple of first downs on their last series as well. Quick throw over the middle. Nice catch by Darnell, who had to do a full 360 to make the catch. Picks up 15 down to the 30-yard line. Nate Sims on the stop, but back-to-back chunk plays for the Bulldogs. And they've got a 1st and 10 at the 30 of Ottawa, and there is an injured player on the field. So we have a moment here. Again, the Bulldogs will have a 1st down and 10 coming up at the Ottawa 30-yard line with 2:37 left to play in the first quarter here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. Baldwin Sports Live also brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing. If you're looking for a great job with a growing family-owned company, it's right here in Baldwin City. Then check out Rice Precision Manufacturing. They're actively looking to fill positions for skilled CNC machinists and CNC operators. Excellent pay, competitive benefit packages, a climate-controlled work environment, and a friendly support staff that's dedicated to the betterment of their employees. Send an email to jobs@riceprecision.com to schedule an interview. 28-0 the score here with 2:37 left to play in the first quarter. And as Ryan mentioned, this has definitely been the start where you just want to forget about it, push that reset button. You can't do that. So at this point, you just got to say, all right, 0-0. Let's make the most of what we have from this point forward, because if you want to look at it the glass half full type, there's a lot of football left to be played. It feels like a ton has happened so far in this game, but it's happened so quickly that you still have 3+ quarters to try to make up this deficit. No reason you can't if you just don't have some things go your way.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this is one of those times I mentioned you kind of shrink the game in a little bit. You just try to win this play, win this drive, and just start chipping away at this thing. You can't really look big picture and say, we're down 4 touchdowns. How are we going to get back into this thing? There's no such thing as scoring 4 touchdowns at once, so you just got to take it one play at a time, one drive at a time, and just string together some good plays.
Nate Sims, the injured Cyclone, but is able to jog off of the field. So that's a good sign for the young man, only a freshman. Good-looking player, 6'1", 151 pounds. He starts both ways as a freshman for this Cyclones team, so I'm sure the coaching staff is pretty excited about the future for him. So, all right, back-to-back chunk plays. A 17-yard run by Harvey, a 15-yard completion from Harvey to Darnell, and it has the Bulldogs in business at the 30-yard line of Ottawa. A 1st down and 10. Morgan. Up the middle, but not a lot of room there. Googe, their leading tackler, and Keegan Reimer as well. Team up to stop Morgan after just a 2-yard run.
2 yards on the play to the 28-yard line. 2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs.
Just feel like you get down into this territory, there's going to be a shot play coming for Riker Grossner or Sam Darnell. It's kind of in that area. The field starts to shrink a little bit. Try to take a shot.
Baldwin got down here a couple of times early in the game in the first half against Eudora. Turned it over on downs in one occasion. Ended up actually having a punt on the other. And they had a touchdown called off of the board on a penalty. That pass off at the hands of Darnell. So 3rd down and 8 coming up now.
Coverage by Curtis for the Cyclones.
Darnell's gotten free a couple of times, Ryan, but Austin Curtis has also done a pretty good job staying pretty tight on him on the underneath stuff. They've had more success on the deep ball with Darnell as opposed to the intermediate stuff.
Yeah, and they're really starting to pay more and more attention to Darnell. They've noticed that he's definitely Harvey's favorite target so far tonight. They try to shadow him as much as they can.
You feel like Grossner's kind of the guy that Harvey likes to take some shots with, but Darnell's that safety blanket a little bit for Harvey. Really feels confident throwing the ball at 88. Let's see where they go on a 3rd down and 8. Harvey on a roll. He's wanting Darnell again, but he is bracketed there. Double coverage on Darnell. I don't know ever even saw that pass, but even had he seen it coming, it was going to be a tough play to try to make there with that bracket coverage of Zach Winter and Austin Curtis. So it brings up 4th down and 8 from the 28 of Ottawa. Obviously going to keep the offense on the field here, down 4 scores and this deep into Ottawa territory, but you'd love to be facing about a 4th and 2 or 3 as opposed to a 4th and 8 here.
Would have loved either one of those last 2 plays to get 3 or 4 yards here, make this a little bit more manageable on 4th down. Let's see where they go to if they try to roll Jack out again or if he tries to use his legs.
Got to have it 4th and 8. They need the 20 for a 1st down. Option to the right side, and no chance for Harvey. Immediately on his back was Derek Gomez. Takes it to the 24. It's a 4-yard run, but Ottawa will gladly give up 4 on a 4th and 8 as they turn the Bulldogs over on downs with 1:36 to play in the quarter. And Ottawa will have the ball once again with a 4-score lead, and they have done nothing but break off big plays with their offense to this point.
Yeah, for me, I would have loved to see that kind of play on 2nd or 3rd down, try to make it 4th and a little more manageable. But now, like you mentioned, the defense has to bull up here.
Zion Wooden the carry. And look at Wooden just push the pile. Yeah. The offensive line going to help him as well. Pushes his way all the way out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Darnell to tackle, but not before. Wooden picks up 7. Just everything has not only gone for positive, but gone for big yardage right now. They're averaging over 14 yards per play. They've only snapped it 7 times on offense, but have 28 points on the board.
Yeah, I can't help but think that missing Connor Murray tonight's really affected that defense as well. Not only is he the starting running back, but also a linebacker, contributes a lot.
Chance in the backfield and an interception. Harvey dives in and picks it off. The pressure by Vance Morgan in the backfield, and Harvey able to come up with a first big play of the night for the Bulldogs as they pick off Zayton Vink, and a short field opportunity now for the Bulldog offense.
That's a big play. Harvey's showing off his ability to catch the football as well. Being a leader on both sides of the ball, now you got to take advantage of this. We talked about it. It's one of our keys to the game. If Ottawa gives you these opportunities, you got to turn them around into points.
We're unable to capitalize on a lot of Eudora mistakes last week. 18 Eudora penalties, a turnover as well, and just a lot of bad down and yardage situations for Eudora that Baldwin could not capitalize on. The first chance with some momentum now for the Bulldogs from the 32 of Ottawa. 1st down and 10. Harvey wants the deep shot on 1st down. Underthrown ball and incomplete as Grosner really had to turn into the defender there, Ryan, to make sure that ball didn't get intercepted, and did a good job of at least making it an incomplete pass.
Yeah, you know, Harvey, he got pressured there right before he released it. He had to throw it kind of off his back foot. He wasn't able to really get the oomph on that throw that he wanted. And like you said, it was a little underthrown, but nice play by Grosner to break it up, make sure that ball wasn't given right back to the Cyclones.
2nd down and 10 now at the 32. Harvey just 5 of 13 so far throwing the football in this game. Trying to capitalize. They go for a screen, but it's past Morgan before he could get his hands up. So 3rd down and 10 coming up now.
Not a bad idea to run a screen. You can see that line of Ottawa's really busting through there, trying to get some pressure on Harvey, but the timing was just off there.
So after the interception, the Bulldogs have thrown back-to-back incomplete passes, and kind of in that situation now. We were just in a possession to go, Ryan. 3rd down and long here, and obviously you're in territory where you're going for it on 4th down if it comes to that. So you won't necessarily get all of it here. Just make sure you get something.
Get about half of it. That'd be nice.
Maybe make a man miss, break a tackle, and pick it all up, but needs something for sure. Harvey retreating and throwing off balance, but connects with Darnell. Down to the 22-yard line. Going to be close. Depends on the spot whether they'll have the 1st down or be just shy.
I think the far line judge is giving them a 1st down. We'll see where they spot it.
Yep,
they are.
They're signaling 1st down. It's a 10-yard completion to Darnell, his 3rd grab of the game. And that's a big one as Harvey was at least 10, if not closer to 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Had to go full retreat mode there to give himself time to get that ball away. And off-balanced on the run, makes a nice throw to Darnell to convert.
It was a heck of a play after the catch by Darnell as well. He had to do most of the work after that catch, and he got it done.
The Bulldogs with a new set of downs. Clock down to 10 seconds remaining in this 1st quarter. For the 22 of Ottawa, 1st down and 10. Maybe the final play of the quarter is Harvey. Tucks it, keeps it inside the 20. Down inside the 15, close to the 14-yard line. And the clock has stopped. Not sure why. Now it will start running, and that will end the 1st quarter. 28-0 Ottawa after 1. Bulldogs on the move, trying to capitalize after a turnover. They're in the red zone when we come back here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
We head to the second quarter here in Ottawa tonight. 28-0 Ottawa with the lead. It was really a picture-perfect start to this game for the Cyclones. They couldn't have asked for a better about 8 minutes to start this game, Ryan, but Baldwin has seemed to settle into things a little bit now. Their last two possessions, or last possession plus the one they are currently on, much better offensively. The defense comes up with a big play, and now they have a chance to cash in, get on the board here, and at least start that process of the comeback as they face a 2nd and 3 for the 15 as we start the second quarter.
Yeah, it's been a lot better here lately, moving the ball really well on offense. Like you said, they got that turnover. So, I mean, you look at it, you're down by 4 touchdowns. 3 of those, you pretty much just gave them, 20, 30 yards to go on a really short field on two turnovers that you can avoid and a bad punt. So you get this going, and this isn't out of the realm of possibility.
From the 15, Harvey on a 2nd and 3, gives it to Jayton Michael, has the first down inside the 10-yard line as he's drugged down from behind by Googe.
16 Parker Googe on the stop for the Cyclones.
It's a first down now for the Bulldogs at the 9-yard line, so first and goal.
Get on the play is the Bulldogs at first and goal from the 9.
Baldwin had a short field here after they picked up an interception. Jack Harvey with the pick after the pressure by Vance Morgan. That's what set up this short field, and now the Dogs try to capitalize. He loves Darnell down here. He's the tight end flex to the left side. Harvey runs. Looking for a block from Michael and gets back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. Chasing him down is Devin Duarte. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and goal now at the 9-yard line.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and goal.
This is where I really like one of those little play action pop passes to the tight end over the middle. See if Darnell can't break free. We'll see where they go. They like that play, and they like rolling Harvey out, giving him the option to run or pass. It's a big possession here. You don't want to drive the football all the way down here and not punch it in.
No question. They've got to find pay dirt on this possession. 2nd down and goal at the 9. 3 wide receivers to the right side. Darnell, the middle of that group. Harvey rolling that way. Throws it, and it's caught by Grosner. Good hands there by Grosner. Looked like that ball was going to come in low, and Duarte tried to undercut it, but Grosner able to concentrate, make the catch. Takes it down to the 4-yard line, maybe even the 3-yard line. 6-yard completion. So 3rd and goal at the 3.
It was a heck of a catch by Grosser. And a couple guys draped all over him. Harvey kind of threw it a little low, but where it had to be, out in front of him. Punch this thing in here.
3rd and goal, 3-yard line. Morgan stands to the left of Harvey. Grosner motions. Fake it on the jet sweep. Harvey lowers the shoulder pads and burrows his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Baldwin. Jack Harvey, a 3-yard touchdown run, and the Bulldogs on the board as they capitalize on the Ottawa turnover and make it worth 6. They'll try for the 2-point conversion to add to it.
Yeah, Harvey doing it on one end, getting the interception. Nice diving play, and doing it on the other. A couple of nice, tough runs from him. That time he really had to fight his way into the end zone, but gets Baldwin on the board.
Well, Harvey is certainly not afraid to lower the shoulder pads and inflict a little contact as the ball carrier, and it pays off for him there. Grosner this time gets it on the jet sweep as the Bulldogs try to convert the two-point conversion, and they do, but there is a penalty flag.
I think they're going to get that receiver out there for holding. It was a heck of a spin move, though, from Grosner. Make his way in. See if they wave this off.
Penalty flag on the play.
So it's a hold on Baldwin.
Penalty against the Bulldogs.
So a great effort by Riker Grosner to get the two, but now they're going to have to figure out a way to do it from back at the 15-yard line instead.
I've seen a lot of success coming off of that jet sweep motion, kind of either giving it to Grosner or faking off that and letting Harvey run it. See if they got a little play action pass look off that later on as well.
So not your typical two-point play from the 15-yard line. Harvey throws the slant for Grosner off his hands, incomplete. So it is 28-6. Baldwin's on the board with 9:53 left to play in the second quarter on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Still 9:53 left to play in our second quarter here in Ottawa tonight. 28-6, Ottawa with the lead. 28 quick points for the Cyclones to start this game. Baldwin capitalizing on a Cyclone turnover. Jack Harvey was the man who picked off the Zayton Vink pass, and then Harvey capped off the 8-play, 32-yard drive with a 3-yard touchdown run. So it is 28-6 with 9:53 left to play here in the first half on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. Kickoff is fielded at around the 22-yard line, and a nice return as Dury takes it back to around the 45-yard line. We'll see where they officially mark it, but it's going to be great field position no matter what here for Ottawa. After the return by Dury, they mark him out at the 40.
Cyclone football, 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line.
Turnover last time for the Cyclones after they could do no wrong on their first 3 possessions of this game.
I think, was that the first pass attempt that they threw an interception on? Or?
Yep.
Yeah, so see if they try to keep it on the ground. Go with what's been working.
They've only run 8 plays in this game, 7 rushing plays, the 1 pass that resulted in an interception, and Javion Shepard takes off and picks up 20 on first down. As Shepard, he is elusive in the open field, tough man to stop, and Bulldogs unable to stop him until he's 20 yards downfield. From the Bulldog 40, it's 1st down and 10 for Ottawa. Back to that power eye look that they opened the game with and had a lot of success in. Zion Wooden, a lot of space to roam. There is a flag down as Wooden trying to size up the defender Grosner, who makes the shoestring tackle. And then Jaden Michael with a late push is going to cost the Bulldogs a penalty as well. Now, there were 2 flags on the play. There was what appeared to be a hold on Ottawa way back at the start of the run at the point of contact, and then a personal foul late hit after the run. So the officials will sort it all out here. Unfortunately, that decision there at the end by Michael is going to hurt the Bulldogs pretty big here. Otherwise, it would have been a first and about 20 for the Cyclones. So the official's just going to have to take a minute to clear this one all up. What you should have is a 10-yard holding penalty, which then you have the dead ball personal foul penalty as well.
Sure taking a while to sort it out.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% sure whether – I think you may have to enforce them both. That's what it looks like they're doing. So the official's going to mark off the 10-yard penalty and then going to remark off the 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, because it's a dead ball after the play.
So in essence, the personal foul almost negates the hold. You know, it's not an offsetting penalty, and the Bulldogs actually end up the ones penalized here because they have a 15-yard penalty as opposed to a 10-yard penalty. If it were 2 live ball penalties, you would have just offset them and replay the down. But in this case, with a live ball penalty and then a post-play penalty, they both get enforced. So when you net the difference, the hold they said happened about 2 yards downfield. So when you net the difference of the 2 penalties, you get the 10 back, the 15 forward, but the 10 happened 2 yards downfield. Are you still with me? It's first down and 3 for Ottawa. On the ground for Shepard, or check that, make it Sylvie again. And Sylvie with another nice run down to the 16-yard line. Tristan Capel eventually makes the tackle, but this is looking more like those first couple of possessions when they were just slicing and dicing this defense.
Yeah, it seems to not really matter who they hand it to back there. They all run hard, run with some low shoulder pads. They make themselves tough to tackle.
First down and 10 at the 16 after a 17-yard run by Sylvie. And Zion Wooden tightropes the sideline and is in. Second score of the game for Zion Wooden. This one from 16 yards out. And Ottawa quick to answer the Bulldog touchdown with one of their own to go up 34-6. Wooden will come back out for the extra point. He is 4 for 4 in this one. He's a perfect 7 of 7 this year on his extra point tries. And he makes it 35-6 Ottawa with 8:11 to go in the second quarter here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
35-6 lead for the Ottawa Cyclones. 8:11 left to play in the first half. That last scoring drive of the Cyclones, just 3 plays, 53 yards, and a 16-yard touchdown run for Zion Wooden. 1 minute and 42 seconds off the clock. Well, normally the team that dominates the time of possession by almost a 3-1 margin would be doing well in a ball game. That's not the case tonight. Baldwin with nearly 12 to 4 minute advantage in time of possession in this ball game as Darnell had trouble fielding the initial kick, ends up only able to get it back here on the 18-yard line. But the Bulldogs have possessed the ball longer, but not because they've had success shutting down the Cyclones, because the Cyclones haven't needed the ball long. They have taken it and scored within 3 plays every time they've had it, other than the one possession that they turned it over, and that was just a 2-play drive that resulted in the interception. Baldwin, meanwhile, the last 2 times they've had it, they've gone on an 8-play drive that ended on a turnover on downs and an 8-play drive that ended in a touchdown. So they have started to settle in a little bit offensively, but still face a big uphill climb, down 35-6. From the 18, first down and 10. Morgan gets the handle, picks up a couple. Mitch Long makes another tackle. At the 21, give Morgan 3 on the carry, and it brings up 2nd and 7.
Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7.
Bulldogs have been dead even in their balance so far. 16 rushing plays, 16 passing plays. But averaging just a little less than 4 yards per play on offense so far. 3.9 through the air, 4.4 on the ground thus far.
I was going to say you'd obviously like to see a little more explosiveness out of the offense, try to take the top off the defense.
Here goes Morgan. There's an explosive play. How about this one? Morgan is in the open field. It's a race to the goal line. Mitch Long trying to chase him down, but he won't get there. Vance Morgan goes 79 yards for a Bulldog touchdown.
Right on cue, talking about wanting some explosiveness. How about a 79-yard touchdown run? He turned on some jets there in the foot race.
No doubt about it for Vance Morgan. 79 yards to the house. 2-point try coming up as the Bulldogs getting some momentum going on the offensive side, but can't make up this deficit without some defensive stops. So that's the next big step for the Bulldogs in this one, but we'll love to see it right now. The last really 3 possessions for the offense. Can they convert the 2? Flip it out to Grossner, and Riker's in. 2-point conversion is successful. It's 35-14 with 7:08 left to play in the first half. You're watching Bulldog football presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
35-14 with 7:08 to play in the first half. You're watching Bulldog football on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. And the Bulldogs have now scored on their last 2 possessions. They need some defensive stops, though. Latest scoring drive for the Bulldogs is that kickoff by, or return by Dury is taken back on the 33-yard line. Just 2 plays, 82 yards, a 79-yard touchdown run from Vance Morgan. We'll see if the Bulldog defense can now dial up a stop. 5 possessions so far for Ottawa. 4 of them have resulted in rushing touchdowns. There's a penalty flag, by the way, on that kickoff return. It's a hold on Ottawa, so that helps the Bulldogs out, pushes the Cyclones back 10 yards to start this possession. So instead of the 33, it'll be the 23-yard line. Well, they'll start the possession. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 22-yard line here officially.
Bulldogs got to get a lot more stout in their run defense. They can't just allow themselves to get gashed over and over again.
Zion Wooden near the 30. That's 7 first down yards for Wooden as he takes it to the 29-yard line. And gashed is the right word, Ryan. They're averaging right now 14.5 yards per carry for the Cyclones. Little tempo back to Wooden. Darnell rides him down, but it's a first down carry for Wooden. Out to the 38-yard line. Another 8 yards on the carry there for Wooden.
It's kind of a catch-22 with his offense as well, though. You try to tell your linemen, linebackers try to get some penetration, get in there and into the backfield, stop them for a loss, and then that's when they start hitting you with the screen game. So you got to stay disciplined, but also Baldwin's got to try to start getting some more push up front, getting them in the backfield.
Drew Flick down low to make the stop on that run by Sylvie. It's a 5-yard run. Second and 5 coming up. And they've only thrown the ball one time, and that went poorly. It was an interception. So you can't fault the Ottawa coaching staff for keeping the ball on the ground now. 13 of their 14 plays tonight have been rushing plays. Wooden, they actually got the fake to Wooden, then it comes back this way. And the quarterback, Vink, keeps it to the 49. A 7-yard run on a 2nd and 5 and a first down for Ottawa. With a little tempo here on this possession. Cyclones leading 35-14. 5.5 to go in the half. Shepard gets it on the jet sweep. Darnell did a good job stringing it out. Needs some help, though, to finish off of the play. Eventually, Wesley Martin wrestles him down around the 40. They mark him out at the 42. And that is a 9-yard run after it looked like the Bulldogs had Shepard contained in the backfield, but he's able to slip free and pick up 9.
That's just a really good play from a really good football player. Both Shepard and Wooden, they are pretty darn good running backs.
And completely different. It's that you hear the thunder and lightning reference. A lot of times you get the thunder with Zion Wooden, the big back who takes the handle here, and down to the 36 he goes. 6 more yards before Vance Morgan makes the tackle. So he definitely is the thunder back Wooden. And then you get Shepard going and Sylvie both. Shepard and Sylvie each have been that speed burst that's come in. From the 37-yard line, first down and 10. The clock ticks underneath. 5 minutes to play in the half. Ottawa with a 3-score lead. Wooden kept his feet and gains an extra 3 yards after it looked like he was going to be cut down around the 34-yard line. He was able to stay up and move forward, and Jake Van Horn makes the tackle, but not before another 6 yards is picked up by Wooden. Wooden comes out, back in comes Sylvie. They're not afraid to rotate the guys and give everybody opportunities. Wooden's carried 9 times. Sylvie has 4 carries. Shepard with 2, and Vink has carried twice as well. That time Martin bursts through and stuffs Sylvie at the line. No gain. Good stop by Wesley Martin, the leading tackler on this Bulldog defense. And he comes up with a big stop there to force him into a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, definitely one of the leaders on this team, I think, Wesley Martin. He does a great job defensively. I was just about to say, the linebackers, you might start thinking about shooting some of these gaps because it doesn't look like Ottawa's really keen to throw the ball much anymore.
Scoreboard camera's
seismic activity.
Is not in favor of the "We Will Rock You" chant. Rumbling our cameras up here. Well, penalty flags, and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they got him on a hard count that time. Got to stay disciplined, watch the ball. Jumped off sides.
Cost themselves not just the 5, but the first down.
It's just little things like that, though. You get a nice stop on defense, stuff them on the run, and then you commit a penalty, give them a free first down. So the little things you got to get corrected as the season goes on.
from the 26, first down and 10. 3.5 to go. Ball's on the turf. Looks like Vink dove down on top of it. They avoid the turnover, but they lose a few yards. Moves it back to the 29-yard line. 3-yard loss of the play. Second down and 13 coming up. So here we go. We talked in our Codiano State Farm Insurance game plan, Ryan. Capitalize on mistakes. We've seen the Bulldogs do that after a turnover earlier. Here's a mistake by Ottawa in a critical juncture here where Baldwin's still trying to make this push back late in this first half. A loss of 3 puts it behind the chains. Here's an opportunity. They got to capitalize.
That's the biggest, really, opportunity defensively they've had to stop them. It's only one play, but you can shut them down.
Wooden on the carry. They made contact about 3 yards across the line of scrimmage, and he pushes them for about 3 more down to the 24-yard line. So, after the 5-yard run by Wooden, it makes it now a 3rd down and 8. So here you go. Here's a legitimate 3rd down opportunity to make a stop. They could not get off the field in these situations last week against Eudora. The Cardinals were 5 for 5 on 3rd downs against the Baldwin defense last week. Baldwin really needs a stop here, and you probably need 2 depending on what happens on this 3rd down play. They have only thrown the ball 1 time tonight. And they won't throw here either. Vink on the keep. Has the first down and more. Twisted down around the 11. Jaden Michael makes the stop to save the score. But it's a 12-yard run on a big 3rd down by Vink to move the chains for Ottawa.
That's one of those that hurts. You get them to a 3rd down in a longer situation, like you mentioned. Couldn't capitalize. Now you really got to bow up, try to keep them out of the end zone.
And a late sub came on Baldwin. I don't think they saw him. Now Harvey points him out to Grossner. Almost snuck a receiver on there with nobody out there to defend him. Instead, they go to Wooden. And Martin makes the stop at the 6 along with Jack Harvey. It's a 6-yard run by Wooden, who's had a busy possession here. He's already carried 6 times on this possession and has been the workhorse to move the chains for Ottawa down near the 6-yard line here, facing a 2nd down and 4. A minute left to play in this first half. Baldwin has certainly settled in after the blitz of 28 quick points to start this game from Ottawa. And I think a timeout is going to be taken here by Ottawa with the play clock winding down. Indeed, the Cyclones use a timeout, their first of the half, with 45 seconds remaining in the half. Baldwin Sports Live is brought to you in part by The Bullpen, your locally owned sports bar located in historic downtown Baldwin City. They're open for lunch all the way through 2 a.m. Monday through Saturday. A perfect place to go before, during, or after the games. Sports on every television, live entertainment, great specials. You can follow them on Facebook to stay up to date with all the live entertainment and all the specials at The Bullpen, Baldwin City. For all the latest happenings there at your locally owned sports bar in downtown Baldwin City. Open till 2 a.m., Ryan, so there you can go hang out after the ball game. Hash over all the happenings from this one. We're going to hash over the first half of this one coming up here in a moment on the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show.
I've been told to stay away from karaoke night, though.
Who's told you that?
Several people.
Not just one time you heard it. All right, well, I think you have to heed their word then. 2nd down and 4 at the 6. It is karaoke night on Thursday at the Bullpen. Fumbled snap. Vink had it bounce right up to him like a basketball. And makes something out of nothing. Picks up 2 down to the 4-yard line. So that's the second snap we've seen put on the turf. Now quickly line back up now. 3rd and 1 at the 4. And it's the big back Zion Wooden who gets the call and capitalizes. 4-yard touchdown run for Wooden. It's his 3rd score of the game. And Ottawa's put up 41 in the first half with 26 seconds left in the half. Cyclones right now just oozing confidence on the offensive side of the football after the way this game started. And Baldwin has only made the one stop on the turnover so far. Other than that, it's been all scores for the Cyclones, who now lead 42 to 14 with 26 seconds to play in this first half. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors. Check out all the great properties and more online at HaydenOutdoors.com, the #1 land brokerage for farm, ranch, and recreational properties. They've got really anything. If you've got a dream property that you have in mind that you would think, oh, I want a pond here, I want a little cabin here on this property, I want to be able to go out, put my deer stand up in my backyard. I mean, they've got every property you could imagine that would fit what you need. And even if you don't see it online, give them a shout. Shad at Hayden. I just combined the two.
Yeah.
I don't know, that won't get you much service, but Shad at HaydenOutdoors.com or Penny at HaydenOutdoors.com. They're your local Baldwin City brokers, Shad and Penny Sheldon. So shoot them an email and tell them what you're looking for, and they'll help you out. They got a lot of properties there to show you at Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. So that lead is back to 28 for Ottawa. Darnell is back deep along with Grosner and Michael. Zion Wooden has a big leg, and he will show it off here on the kickoff. He is perfect on his extra points tonight, and he drives Darnell back to the 4, bounces off the shoulder pads. Now he's in some trouble and only is able to bring it back out to about the 13-yard line. So good news, I guess, is there's only 17 seconds left in the half, so not likely going to do much with this possession no matter where you started it from, but certainly don't want to get too greedy here this deep in your own territory with just 17 seconds left. Despite being down 28, I still don't know that you risk a whole lot here.
Yeah, I mean, you can see what kind of a difference that Wooden's leg makes, though, not only
Big
on
time.
the extra points, but on the kickoffs. I mean, he's driving that thing to the goal line almost every time. He kicked it into the end zone once.
Yeah, I think Baldwin at this point would be better suited just letting the ball drive into the end zone. As soon as it crosses the goal line, it's an automatic touchback, and it would have to take a very Ottawa-fortunate bounce. And how about this? Who needs time? Vance Morgan all the way across midfield to the 45-yard line. So a 41-yard run by Vance Morgan, and now with 7 seconds to go, you still don't have a lot of time, but you got a chance to take a shot or maybe two after that big run by Morgan, who's up to 136 yards here in the first half.
A career night on 2 carries.
So now take the gloves off, take a shot, see how quick you can get Grosner and Darnell down the field, and maybe take 2 cracks at it here. You have 2 timeouts. If you make the catch, use one of those timeouts quickly. Here goes Harvey to throw. Underneath to Capel. Needs to get down, though, and goes out with 0.7 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's a really nice decision from Harvey to check it down there, and nice play to get it out of bounds, stop the clock. And I got a couple timeouts, but I got it pretty close, but now you can at least probably take a shot at the end zone here.
So Capel gets 8, and you're right. Now you'll at least get a shot to throw it relatively close to the end zone, if not all the way down into the end zone. Offensive line needs to give him a little time, though. It's going to take a bit to get down there.
I know Jack can get it to the end zone from here. It's just about giving him the time for the receivers to make their way all the way down there.
So without a penalty, we're looking at the final play of the half. Harvey, deep ball for Darnell, and fades him out of bounds. Darnell hauled it in, but he was out of bounds, so that will end the first half. Baldwin's offense came alive, but unfortunately Ottawa's never went to sleep. 42-14, Cyclones lead Baldwin through one half. Coming up, it's the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show right after this on Baldwin Sports Live.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome to the Farm Bureau Financial Services Halftime Show, brought to you by your Baldwin City Farm Bureau agent, Kelly Neufeld. There to help you protect what matters most. That's Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting and see how Kelly and his team can help you achieve your financial goals, both present and future. It is a 42-14 ball game here at the half. No lack of scoring in that first half of this ball game, Ryan, and it's a 28-point deficit at the half, and after that first about 8 minutes of this game, when it was just a nightmare start for Baldwin, it couldn't have gone any worse for the first about 8 minutes. Baldwin settled in, and it was a pretty good half of football after that as far as the offense is concerned, but they were never able to shut down the Ottawa offense, who was just cruising in that first half.
Yeah, obviously it was a tough start, and really if you could take away those first 8 or 9 minutes, this game's, probably 21, 28, 14. It's a lot closer game, but unfortunately you can't do that. They had a couple of turnovers early that really wasn't Jack Harvey's fault. One goes off the receiver's hands, and then another a pitch play on an option that goes off the running back's hands, and they fumble it and recover it, and then another really short punt that gave them a short field. But yeah, overall they got it going there in the second quarter, and they started to really move the ball offensively, and I really like the balance that they've been showing, both run and pass, and got some guys breaking out in this one, and it's been a pretty fun first half. A lot of good things happening for Baldwin. I think they can take some confidence into the second half here, but obviously the scoreboard doesn't really reflect that because of the early mistakes.
Yeah, you're down 42-14, but Baldwin actually outgained Ottawa in that first half, 252 to 227 as far as total offense. So I think offense has figured it out now for Baldwin, but the question is, can the defense figure it out? Because you're never going to make up the points unless you get some stops at this point. And Ottawa only threw the ball one time in that first half. They ran 25 plays, 24 of them rushing plays, only one pass, which resulted in an interception. So I don't know that they really want to throw the ball a whole lot more. Maybe time to just start selling out, shooting those linebackers and trying to make some contact on Wooden before he gets that head of steam going, because he's a big boy. I mean, he is not easy to tackle once he's got 5-6 yard head start on a run. They need to perhaps start just selling out to that run and maybe force Ottawa's hand into trying to throw the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, they look pretty content to just hand the ball off to, 2 or 3 different guys and let them do their thing. They're getting a lot of push offensively from the offensive line, and so you're right. I think you got to start thinking about at least sending those linebackers in and shooting some gaps and trying to get some tackles for a loss, because otherwise they're just getting, their bad plays are 4 or 5 yards down the field, and, their good ones are getting big gains and gashing the Bulldog defense. So, yeah, you're right. They got to tackle a little bit better, and I think about shooting some gaps. They got to start getting some negative plays, because they'll give you some opportunities if they try to throw the ball, like you said. But, man, they got to turn around defensively if they want to get anywhere back into this football game.
Ottawa had the ball offensively at 6 possessions. 5 of them resulted in touchdowns, and only one of them was longer than 3 plays, and that was that 14-play, 74-yard drive over 6:42 to close out the first half. That was an impressive drive there by Ottawa in a real critical moment, and there were some critical third downs on that drive, which we talked about early in this game about making the plays on those critical type plays, whether it be capitalizing on turnovers, whether it be capitalizing on being able to get off the field on a third down. Baldwin hasn't made a third down stop yet this year now through a game and a half on the defensive side. They had some chances during that one at a critical juncture where their offense had scored twice in their last two possessions, a chance to keep it at a 21-point deficit, which, again, still a lot of work to do, but you've taken some off then that initial 28-point deficit. So some work to be done here. Ottawa's got sky-high confidence right now, but the Bulldogs, I think, at least have proven to themselves that, hey, we can play in this game now.
Exactly.
We are in this game now. It's just a matter of trying to chip away, and that's easier said than done, but it can be done.
Yeah, exactly. We've talked about it over and over again. That's learning how to win. It's doing those little things, and it's bouncing back from mistakes and being resilient. And at least they showed that in the first half. They were very resilient, and they moved the ball offensively, like you said. But, yeah, like you mentioned, those key swing plays are the ones that really – that's going to be that next step for Baldwin. If they can, convert some third downs and then stop Ottawa on third downs and make them punt it and get the ball back for their offense. But those swing plays that we saw last week against Eudora, those were so critical, and they've been critical in the first half here.
42-14, Ottawa on top of Baldwin here at the half. More of the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime shows coming up next as we'll check the numbers with New Frontier Tax and Business Services next.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Halftime here in Ottawa tonight. It's the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show, 42-14. Ottawa with the lead on top of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Let's check the numbers. Brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services at 608 High Street in Baldwin City, where they want to remind you that it's never too early to start thinking about tax season. Call them for helpful tips on how to best prepare and learn about upcoming changes that might maximize your returns. Timely, accurate, and reliable services at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Visit newfrontiertbs.com or call 785-594-1204 to learn more. 42-14 the score. Baldwin actually outgained Ottawa in the first half, 252-227. A $191 on the ground, 61 through the air for Baldwin. All 227 on the ground for Ottawa, who averaged 9.5 yards per rush. Baldwin, thanks to a couple of huge runs by Vance Morgan, averaging 10.5 yards per carry right now, but just 3.5 yards per completion. As far as the big plays go, both teams 6 plays of 10-plus yards. 2 and 3, Baldwin, Ottawa, respectively, on those 20-plus yard plays. 4-3, penalty edge right now. Baldwin, one more penalty committed. A couple of Baldwin turnovers. The one directly resulted in a touchdown of the scoop and score by Nate Sims. The other, the interception, resulted in a Ottawa touchdown just 3 plays later. And the one Ottawa turnover was an interception by Jack Harvey that also resulted then in an ensuing possession touchdown for the Bulldogs. Individual numbers in that first half. Jack Harvey through the air, 8 of 18, 61 yards, no touchdowns, 1 pick. Had 7 carries for 42 yards and a touchdown on the ground. But Vance Morgan, the statistical story of that first half, 7 carries, 136 yards and a touchdown thanks to a 79-yard touchdown run. And they added a 41-yard run as well there late in the first half. Riker Grossner carried once for 11 yards. Grossner and Darnell each with 3 receptions in the first half. Darnell's 3 grabs went for 32 yards. Grossner's went for 21. Tristan Capel with 1 catch for 8 yards as well. For Ottawa, Zayton Vink only attempted one pass. It didn't go well. He was picked off, and they said, enough with that. Let's just feed our workhorses in the backfield, and that they did. Zion Wooden carried 12 times for 91 yards and 3 touchdowns. Dante Sylvie, 5 carries, 38 yards and a touchdown. And Javion Shepard, 2 carries for 29 yards. And Zayton Vink carried 5 times himself for 69 yards and a touchdown as he busted out a big 51-yard touchdown run in that first half. So those are your numbers. They are brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services. More of the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show coming up right after this.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Welcome back to the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show presented by Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. If you're looking for personal service from a local agent, then Kelly Neufeld is your guy. Give him a call at 785-594-1055. He and his team are proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs, and they'd love to support you in your financial future as well. Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. We are getting set for a second half of football here in Ottawa. 42-14 is our score. It was 28-0 early as Ottawa came out and took advantage of several early Baldwin miscues and couldn't do any wrong on offense early on, and quite frankly haven't done much wrong at all in the first half. Built a quick 28-0 lead, and then from that point on, the two sides just traded punches. A Baldwin score, got it back down to a 20, at the time, 2-point game. They failed on a 2-point conversion, but Ottawa pushed it right back up to a 29-point lead. Baldwin came down, got 8 to make it back down to a 21-point game, and then right before the end of the half, Ottawa once again able to answer to push the lead back up to 28. So that is where we stand here at 42-14 at the break. A quick look here at our upcoming broadcast schedule as well, and you can see we've got our first volleyball match coming up next week here on Baldwin Sports Live. Thursday next week, as the Baldwin volleyball team hosts Paola. We'll have that match for you right here on Baldwin Sports Live. 6:15 pregame, 6:30 first serve or thereabouts anyway. They'll have the JV match prior to, so that's not a definitive time, but it'll be in that ballpark anyway. So we're looking forward to bringing you some Bulldog volleyball, a very good volleyball team once again this year for the Bulldogs. They made it to state last year, and they have state aspirations once again this year, and there's no reason they can't do it. They are a very good squad. So tune in on Thursday. If you haven't had a chance to watch the volleyball team in person yet, you can catch them right here on Baldwin Sports Live Thursday evening. And then next Friday night, Ryan, we'll head to Lewisburg. Didn't get to play Lewisburg last year. That was the game that was canceled because some injuries and everything, the numbers and some sickness were so low for Baldwin at the time. Good news is numbers up this year for Baldwin, so I don't think we'll have to worry about any cancellations of that sort this year, and they'll get a chance to go on the road, take on a tough Lewisburg squad next week, who is 0-1 on the year. They are taking on Paola tonight. I tried to find a score for that one. I haven't seen one yet. Looks like, okay, here we go. 28-14 lead at halftime for Lewisburg on top of Paola. So another tough test coming up next week for the Bulldogs before they then get their first district game after that, when they will take on Santa Fe Trail the following Friday on the 23rd. And you can look at the broadcast schedule there. You also see the soccer game, our first soccer game of the fall, coming up on Tuesday the 20th. So that's a look at what's coming up here on Baldwin Sports Live. You can check out the broadcast and watch them all on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to Baldwin Sports Live on YouTube. It's free to subscribe. It's always free to watch our broadcast. And that way when you subscribe, you can set those alerts. And that way maybe when we sneak a broadcast in on you and you're like, oh, I didn't know there was a volleyball game on tonight. Not tonight, but next Tuesday. Or Thursday, I mean. Then it'll pop up on your phone and it'll say, hey, Baldwin Sports Live just went live. So you can tune in and check it out. All right, that's going to do it here for the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Ryan, buckle up. We might have a lot more scoring to go in this second half if it's anything like that first half of football.
I hope you had the over because we had a lot of points in the first half. I think we're going to probably see the same in the second.
Second half starts next here. It's 42-14, Ottawa on top of Baldwin. You've been watching the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show on Baldwin Sports Live.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Shad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Shad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Full moon night in Ottawa. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors as we get set to go to the second half here tonight. 42-14, the Ottawa Cyclones on top of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Ryan, as we take a look at our Codiano State Farm Insurance game plan tonight and how the Bulldogs have fared to this point, it's been really a story of two games within the game, the first 8 minutes and the last 16 minutes or so.
Definitely been a mixed bag in terms of capitalizing on mistakes. Their first touchdown came off of an interception that Jack Harvey was able to dive and get, and so they were able to capitalize on that, but they've also had a lot of third down opportunities defensively and haven't been able to convert. I think that Ottawa's converted every one of their third downs so far, and so that goes into finishing drives on both sides. They're going to have to do a better job defensively. They did a much better job offensively in the second quarter there, and then special teams just has to improve for me. That wasn't very good there in the first half. They had that short punt that led to a short field and a score for Ottawa, and then a lot of the kickoff coverage. It's been tough because you got a good kick returner, but you got to get down there and cover the kicks a little bit further. Let Ottawa get some really good starting field position a lot of times.
And even on the return unit for Baldwin, not that they're doing anything wrong on the actual return, but Zion Wooden's such a good kicker that we'll see if maybe they make an adjustment to allowing that football to go into the end zone. It's one thing if you're having to field it around the 15, you can't assume that one's going to make it all the way to the end zone.
Yeah.
But when they're catching it on the 1, 2, 3 yard line, that ball's going to get into the end zone unless some really funky hop happens. So we'll see if maybe they make that adjustment because they're, it's a difference right now about 8 yards every time. And they're starting around the 12, 13 yard lines as opposed to getting it out there at the 20. We'll see if that kickoff coverage unit can get something started here for Baldwin as they will be kicking it away to Ottawa to start this second half.
You have to say it's just a picture-perfect night, though, in terms of weather. I mean, it's no wind at all, no clouds in the sky. It's just perfect.
As a broadcast crew, we typically like to be in press boxes because you have controlled environment that way. We're outside tonight, and what a beautiful night to be outside. It's just awesome here in Ottawa for the weather this evening. This is Hayden Dury on the return, and there you go, Ryan. It's going to be another short field for Ottawa as the kickoff, again, a relatively short kick from Brendan O'Connor. And again, we should mention also, we've mentioned Connor Murray being out a couple of times tonight as the starting running back, as the starting middle linebacker. He's also their kickoff man, so they're missing him in all three phases of the game, and it is certainly helping out for Ottawa because they will start at the 48-yard line. So it's yet again a short field, although they haven't really mattered whether it's been short fields, long fields. This offense has been humming tonight for Ottawa. The only time they were stopped was the only time they put the ball in the air and got picked off. 6 possessions, 5 of them resulting in touchdowns. And here goes Javion Shepard on the first play from scrimmage to start the second half, and he goes 52 yards to the house. So new half, but same offense for Ottawa. My goodness. The big plays aplenty tonight. Javion Shepard, the third different running back. Check that, the fourth different running back to find the end zone in this game for Ottawa.
Yeah, they just put so much pressure on you, not only with misdirection, but they had a chance at him. Got a missed tackle on the outside, and they just make you pay on those missed tackles.
Vic will hold, Wooden to attempt the point after.
Flag before the snap, so hold a moment on the extra point there by Wooden, who has been perfect tonight. He has 6 of 6 on his extra points and a perfect 9 for 9 on the year. It's a false start on Ottawa.
Don't see a lot of false starts on a field goal attempt.
No. Shouldn't affect Wooden. He's got a big enough leg. He made a 29-yard field goal last week in the loss at Atchison, so this becomes a 25-yard extra point instead, and it is no good, so it did affect him.
You jinxed him.
48-14 Ottawa, 11:41 to play in the third. You're watching Bulldog football on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Bank. Wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Kickoff on the way from Wooden. This one is fielded at the 10-yard line by Sam Darnell and brings it back to the 25. So again, their good decision. Going to be at the 10. Can't let that one go. So Darnell fields it cleanly, takes it out to the 26. And Baldwin, once again, going to have to answer. They're in a position here down 34 with 11:36 to go third quarter. They can really not waste any possessions from this point forward. Of course, it won't matter if they can't get a defensive stop, which they have done just the one time tonight on the interception. On the only non-running play of the game for Ottawa, who took the opening play of the second half, the opening scrimmage play of the second half, 52 yards for a touchdown. Harvey. Here goes Jack Harvey. To the 30 and gone. Jack Harvey needs just one play. 74 yards, and the Bulldogs strike right back.
That's a big-time house call from Jack. He kept it on the fake. They faked that jet motion to Grossner again. They've been getting some good yardage off of that play, and Harvey just able to find a seam and then a foot race, and he wins it to the end zone.
Well, who had 2 touchdowns on 2 plays to start the second half?
Yeah, like I said, I hope you had the over.
Whew. Well, the offense has certainly found their stride for the Bulldogs. As Harvey throws for the 2 points, and it is incomplete with a flag, as Austin Curtis may have had a hand on the back of Darnell. Looked like he kind of turned Darnell as he tried to go through him to bat that ball down. We may get another chance at the 2-point conversion here for Baldwin. See what the official call is. And it's a pass interference against Ottawa. So they'll have a chance to do the 2-point conversion all over again from the 1-yard line now. Two-point conversion try here for the Bulldogs after the 74-yard touchdown run by Harvey. Morgan stuffed by Googe. So 2-point fails with 11:20 to go in the third quarter. It's a 48-20 ball game here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Well, we've only had 40 seconds of play in this second half, but we've already had 2 touchdowns. Both teams with 1-play touchdown drives to start the second half. A 52-yard touchdown from Javion Shepard for Ottawa on their first play from scrimmage. And then Baldwin on their first play from scrimmage. Jack Harvey went 74 yards to the house. Second touchdown run of the game for Harvey. And the Bulldogs will kick it away with 11:20 left to play in the third. Down 28, and the kickoff bounce at the 29-yard line. Taken off of a bounce and brought back to around the 40-yard line by Cole McGrath. Jackson Rude with the tackle here with 11:14 left to play in the third quarter. A 28-point ball game again. The offense has put up the points to make the comeback. The defense not yet able to make those stops, and it has been a whole different group of running backs that have hurt the Bulldogs tonight. Wooden has carried for 12 carries for 91 yards and 3 scores. Shepard's gone for 81 yards and a score. Sylvie's gone for 38 and a score. And the quarterback Vinks run for 69 and a score.
It's been almost a mirror image of each other. The two teams, just a couple run plays, a couple touchdowns.
They'll start with Wooden this possession. And he is twisted down around the 47-yard line by Wes Martin and Brendan O'Connor. 6-yard run on first down. In the last 6 possessions of this game, if you don't count the 3-play possession right at the end of the first half for the Bulldogs, they only had 17 seconds to work with on that possession. So not counting that one, the last 6 possessions of this game have all resulted in touchdowns. 3 each way as they continue to answer each other. And here goes Wooden again. Zion Wooden is loose and he is out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. The official running down the sideline will say he stepped out at the 10. So it's a 43-yard run by Wooden. And not only is Wooden tough to tackle because he's a big, strong back, but he's got some wheels, too, in the open field. Just ran out of the angle that time, but he goes up over 100 yards for the day. 14 carries for $140. And he sets up Ottawa with a first and goal at the 10.
You got to give all these running backs a lot of credit. They got some good vision. They know right where that cutback lane is. And they got some jets to turn on once they see that opening.
The offensive line has done a great job for them tonight. 4 returning starters: Tommy Evans, Derek Gomez, Austin McFadden, and Cole Callahan, Cooper Stone, all returning starters on that line. The only non-returning starter is their right guard, Cole Callahan. And that unit up front has been tremendous tonight for the Cyclones. This is going to be a delay of game on Ottawa. That will cost them 5 yards. Or will it? Officials talking it over, and now they will administer the delay of game penalty. Well, there's still a ways to go, but the penalties have been curbed a little bit this game compared to last week. It's our 9th penalty of this game tonight. 4 from Baldwin, 5 for Ottawa. So that moves the ball back out to the 15-yard line. And Dante Sylvie quickly moves it right back down to the 6. Jaden Michael, the tackle, but not before Sylvie picks up 9. Gets that penalty yardage back and then some. Second and goal to the 6.
And it's subtle, but that little just fake handoff, the misdirection that they bring at you just draws some of the linebackers' eyes away from where the football's going. You never know who's going to get it coming through the line. It's really bothered the Baldwin defense tonight.
From the 6, Wooden carries it down near the 2. Darnell makes the tackle along with Michael. They're going to mark it for 1.
Ball spotted on the 2. 3rd and goal from the 2.
Now they do put it at the 2, so a 3rd down and goal. Ball at the 2-yard line for Ottawa. A 48-20 lead for the Cyclones. Ottawa put up 52 points in their win against Baldwin last year. That was a shutout victory. This one has been anything but a shutout. Tons of offense tonight. On 3rd down, it's Dante Sylvie for the score. His 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cyclones add to their lead to make it 54-20 with 8:23 to play in the 3rd. Wooden missed for the first time on an extra point after the last touchdown. Granted, it was a 5-yard further extra point after a false start penalty. This time a low snap. Vink gets it down. Wooden puts it through, and it's 55-20 with 8:23 to play in the 3rd. You're watching Bulldog football on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Number 8, twisted base, and number 33, Jaden Michael.
55-20 the score. 8:23 left to play in the 3rd as this kickoff goes out of bounds. And that will put the ball out at the 35-yard line for Baldwin. So the Bulldogs have now figured it out offensively. They have scored on each of their last 3 possessions, minus the 3-play drive there with only 26 seconds, or only 17 seconds to work with at the end of the half, and they even gave themselves a shot to score on that one. thanks to one of the two big runs by Vance Morgan in this game. Over 320 yards of offense tonight for the Bulldogs.
All three of their really big chunk plays have been on the ground. It's something that's largely different from last year. A lot of their chunk plays came through the air, throwing it up to Mahaffey.
Grossner runs through an arm tackle in the backfield and picks up 5 out to the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the 39, it looks like, so give Riker 4 officially on the carry, and it brings up 2nd and 6 as we hit the 8-minute mark of this third quarter. I feel like we've been playing forever, and we're 4 minutes into the second half with as many scores and big plays as we've had in this game from both sides.
Yeah, last week seemed to have a long game because of all the penalties and the stoppages. This week it's been a lot of scoring, a lot of points being put up.
Grossner again motions. They hand it to him, this time on a jet sweep to the right side.
Just can't help but think they got some sort of trick play coming off of that where they're going to hand it to Grossner and then have him throw it. Because he is technically the backup quarterback.
Yep.
He can throw it. He can spin it.
Picks up 4 more, make that 5 more, so it's a 3rd down and 1 from the 44-yard line. 6 touches tonight for Grossner in the offense, 3 carries, 3 receptions. Third down and a yard. Fake to Morgan, and here goes Harvey. Has the first down now once more. Jack is ushered out of bounds around the 40. They'll mark it at the 39-yard line. It's a 17-yard run on 3rd down by Harvey. And the Bulldogs have a first down into Ottawa territory at the Cyclone 39-yard line.
Yeah, great job. Great decision from Harvey to keep that one, pull it on the read. Lowered the boom at the end as he always seems to do at the end of his runs. Not your typical quarterback runner. He wants to punish you for tackling him.
Sometimes one of those things where you hate to take that aggression out of a guy, but when he's it's like Josh Allen. You were talking about him last night in that Bills game and the way he runs. Jack Harvey kind of runs mean as well that same way. He wants to inflict the pain, not take it on a hit. Harvey can't get away after the initial rush forced him to step up. Derek Gomez ends up with the sack. And that'll push it back to the 43-yard line as the Bulldogs lose 4 yards on the sack by Gomez. 2nd and 14 coming up with 6.5 to play, third quarter.
It's been one of the problems over the past quarter plus here is every time they try to drop back to throw it, Harvey seems like he doesn't have a ton of time, having to scramble around. Ottawa doing a good job getting penetration from that line.
Yeah, career best rushing night for Harvey with 133 yards, but only 9 of 19 throwing the football tonight. Just a yard here for Harvey on the keep. Austin Curtis with the tackle. So a 3rd down and 13 coming up at the 42-yard line. Both Harvey and Morgan over 100 yards in this game on the ground. Both buoyed by 70-plus yard runs. Harvey had a 74-yard run for a score, and Vance Morgan went 79 yards for a touchdown. Need a chunk here on 3rd and 13. Darnell, by the way, is not in the game. He's over getting worked on the sideline as Grossner makes a nice catch on the quick slant, and Riker takes it down to the 24, 18 yards as they convert on the 3rd and 13 on a nice strike there from Harvey, hitting Grossner in stride.
Yeah, perfect, accurate throw from Harvey, on time, on target. That's what you want to be as a quarterback, and Grossner doing a nice job stepping up with the absence of Darnell. As you mentioned, he's over there kind of stretching out on the sideline. Dealt with some cramps last week, as a lot of the players did, as a hot one. Don't want to speculate on that. Hopefully he's all right, gets back in there.
Yeah, he just popped the helmet back on, and he was running over there on the sideline and went over right next to Coach Lisher. I'm sure he was in his ear saying, hey, Coach, I'm ready to go again. This is Morgan on the carry for Baldwin, picks up 2 to the 22. And here comes Darnell as we talk about it. He's coming back into the lineup here. Well, it's a Baldwin team. There's no way to sugarcoat it. They're not deep. They do have more numbers this year than they did last year, but they are a team that can ill afford to have any of their top guns sidelined, and a couple of those guys are tonight with Connor Murray, and we still haven't had Cody Buck now for 2 games to start this year, 2 guys who were expected to be starters or were starters, and so can ill afford to lose anybody. And Darnell's back out there, and immediately Harvey targets him. And the defender all over the back of Sam Darnell that time, Mitch Long, but no flag in the play. It's an incomplete pass, and it brings up 3rd down and 8.
You obviously hate to be without your top 2 options at running back, but Vance Morgan really having a breakout game tonight, and that's what you want to see from a good program, good football team. Next guy up mentality. He's gaining more and more confidence just watching him run the ball now. He's lowering the shoulder, getting some extra yardage, so get him going. That's a whole nother option for the offense.
Grosser in motion on 3rd down and 8. Harvey keeps it after the fake. And Jack with a stiff arm at the 15-yard line. Splits defenders at the 10. And he lost the football at the end. Lost the football at the end of what was a great run. And it's recovered in the end zone by the Cyclones. And Harvey comes up hobbled as well. So insult to injury on that one.
That's one of those where terrific effort from Jack Harvey. Just kept going and going, dragging defenders. But that's one of those where you stay up long enough and everybody starts poking at that ball, trying to get it free. That's a big turnover on the goal line. Hopefully Jack's all right. That's key number 1 right now.
Well, he's staying on the field for the moment anyway to take his position as the starting safety. So obviously if he's, in his mind, willing to stay out there, he's avoided anything significant injury-wise, so that's good. But the bad news is after the 20-yard run, the Bulldogs turn it over, and it didn't go into the end zone. I thought it looked like they recovered in the end zone, but they recovered at the 1-yard line. So there's your glass half full moment here for the defense to come up and make a big play as Ottawa just says, let's keep it right with our quarterback, Vink. Trying to get him off that goal line a little bit.
Yeah, now they're going to take Jack off the field. He's limping coming off a little bit, but I think that's a smart decision. Yeah. You're down 35. You don't want to get him significantly hurt. We know Harvey, he's as tough as they come, though.
Oh, yeah. Great wrestler. I say that because I've really not met a wrestler that isn't tough, that doesn't have that mentality of they're just going to push through everything. And down 35 here, late 3rd quarter. Harvey means so much to this team, both sides of the football, that you can ill afford for anything to linger. So he's out of the game. Jaden Michael in there in that secondary, and now replacing Harvey was Braden Hirschman. And Ottawa takes a timeout with 3:21 to go here in the 3rd quarter, a 55-20 score. Ottawa on top, in control of this game. Their offense has been just outstanding tonight. And the Baldwin offense, outside of their first couple of possessions, when they kind of like the whole thing just took a little bit to realize the game was going, it felt like. And then once they did, things have gone quite well for them. But down big here with 3:21 to go in the 3rd. Baldwin Sports Live is brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing, a family-owned company in Baldwin City that services many different industries, from food processing to heavy and light industrial, oil and gas, and many more. They have state-of-the-art machine tools with a great work environment that offers excellent pay and competitive benefits. Always looking to add to the team. It's the perfect place to start your next career. Find out more by sending an email to jobs@riceprecision.com. Second down and 6 coming up for Ottawa from their own 5-yard line. This possession starting as deep as it can in their own territory from their own 1-yard line after the fumble. Turning the Bulldogs over for the 3rd time in this game. A pair of lost fumbles and the interception. A last little spin move by Harvey allowed the defense to poke the ball free. Illegal procedure here. Looked like perhaps the center never got the ball snapped, judging by the way Vink came out of there. So that will cost him only a couple of yards. Move it half the distance to the goal. Back to the 2.5-yard line and bring up a 2nd down, and we'll call it 8.
That was funky. I thought initially that they had a fumbled snap
Yeah.
or something, but I don't think the center snapped it. It'd be nice to get a fumble, get a turnover, maybe a scoop and score down here.
That would have been the better option.
Yeah.
Still could do that. 2nd and 8, ball on the 3-yard line. Good snap this time. Wooden takes it just across the 5. That was not Wooden. It was Sylvie. Now Sylvie takes the nose of the football just over the 5. So big 3rd down here. Get a stop, get a chance to get the football back with another short field. You let Ottawa convert, and you're probably not looking at getting the ball back until the 4th quarter. Shepard, 1st down and more. Javion Shepard. Nobody's catching him. 94 yards for Javion Shepard. The official on the far side is blowing his whistle. I'm trying to see whether there is a... Now the officials are going to get together here and talk. I didn't see anything jump out to me that happened. There certainly shouldn't have been a penalty because there was no action of any sort.
If anything, I think they might be talking about a sideline warning or something. There's some guys on the Ottawa sideline that kind of came off.
I bet you're right. On a big run like that, they get caught looking at the play, and they get out there in the way of the official. So, and I can see the official signaling, and there's the sideline warning. So you're all over it, my man. Touchdown stands. It's a 94-yard touchdown for Javion Shepard. Well, he was the last of the party of this quads of backs that we've seen from Ottawa. He was the last one to get in the end zone or get a big play, and now all he has is 4 carries for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns.
This has been a stat-stuffing night for a lot of guys.
No kidding. Wooden is back out there to attempt the extra point. That one comes out low and off the side of his foot, no good. But it's 61-20 Ottawa with 2:20 to play in the 3rd. You're watching Bulldog football presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
.220 still to play, 3rd quarter. Yes, 3rd quarter. As we are 2 hours old in this game since kickoff. And when you have 81 points on the board, you get a lot of stoppages. The latest, a 94-yard touchdown run. So fair catch will bring it to the 20 on that kickoff by Wooden.
Tell you what, Wooden's going to have a sore leg.
No kidding.
Got a lot of extra point attempts, a lot of kickoffs.
Yeah, Wooden right now is 6 of 8 on his extra points. And they have scored 9 touchdowns. plus the kickoff to start the game. So you've had 10 kickoffs to go along with 8 extra point attempts. And he had to kick one of those twice, so that was really a 9th kick.
Not to mention all the carries he's got. He's had a busy night.
Yeah, he's carried 15 times for 144 yards and 3 touchdowns. So lots of guys, as you mentioned, just on the other side of that break, Ryan, stat-stuffing type night for a lot of guys. Unfortunately for Baldwin, it's still a 41-point hole here, but the offense has gotten going the last couple of quarters. Here, let's see what they do as Harvey is back in there at quarterback. Was shaken up on the final play of the last drive, which was all the way down to the 1-yard line, a 20-yard run that ended in a fumble. As Vance Morgan carries on first down for 3 after the 23-yard line. He's over 100 on the night, 9 carries, 141 and a score.
Yeah, I mean, I know the scoreboard doesn't really reflect it, but this is a game where Baldwin has been pretty good. I mean, offensively, they move the ball. This is a game they can definitely build confidence from, I think. Obviously, defensively, they got to get some things figured out. But, you know, last year they'd get blown out and shut out, you know. But this year they're scoring points. So that's something to build off of.
And should have had some points last week, but got robbed of some points in that game. And so, yeah, you're right. I mean, but the defense tonight, I mean, it has just been a rough go on the tackling against this Ottawa backfield as Baldwin has to take a timeout. The play clock was running out on him. And, you know, again, it's worth mentioning the Bulldogs are without one of their starting linebackers. They're without one of their starting safeties. I mean, so they've got some injuries there on the defensive side of the football. Those make a difference, but nonetheless, some big, big plays. And they're going to see it again next week. Lewisburg is going to run the football at them again next week. And if they don't shore up their tackling and some assignments on the defensive side, you're probably going to see a pretty similar recipe from Lewisburg next week that Ottawa has gone with tonight, and that's running the ball 32 of their 33 plays tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
for 440 yards.
Yeah, don't fix it if it ain't broke, you know, and people are going to watch this film. They're going to see how much Baldwin's been gashed on defense in the running game, and they're probably not going to have much different of a game plan. They're going to try to run it at us, so big week of practice coming up.
Eudora ran for 246 yards last week, and now Ottawa up to 440 on the ground in this ball game. So after the timeout, it's 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs from the 23-yard line. Double fake or a double pump, and he has Grossner open as the defender fell down, but the ball not on target, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Bulldogs go to Lewisburg next Friday night, and then they will come back home the following 2 weeks after that for Santa Fe Trail in Anderson County.
We've mentioned it before, though, these 2 games, this one and then the Lewisburg game, you got to get your confidence going because the district is pretty wide open this year. You got a chance that you can make the playoffs.
Wellsville, the only team in the district that had a winning record last year. They weren't in the district last year, but they have, on the realignment, entered the district along with Baldwin and Osawatomie and Santa Fe Trail and Bishop Ward. And those 4 teams, all with sub-500 records a year ago. Top 2 teams from the district advance out of district into the postseason as Morgan carries that one to the 26-yard line. And it'll make it a manageable 4th down here, a 4th and 4. Wellsville and Bishop Ward both won on opening night. Again, non-district games, so the reality is those games don't really matter. It's the district record that decides that seeding, but just for how their seasons are going, if you will, both Bishop Ward and Wellsville won on opening night. Santa Fe Trail, Osawatomie, and of course Baldwin all suffered losses last Friday night to open their years. Here's a 4th down and 4 play. Harvey protected well and throws it into the arms of the waiting safety. The interception by Hayden During, his 2nd interception in as many weeks to start this year. And now a flag comes in late after the play was over as Dury returns it back around the 25-yard line. That's the Bulldogs' 4th turnover of the game. And we'll see which side is going to be called for the unsportsmanlike penalty here at the end of the play. Got it marked for the moment, it looks like, at about the 28-yard line. So let's see what they call. It's actually an illegal block at the back against Ottawa. So, okay, I thought it looked like the flag came in post play, and either way, Baldwin will be okay with it, as that penalty will move it 15 yards back to the, or 10 yards, it looks like they're going to mark it back to the 39-yard line.
First and 10 Ottawa from the 39-yard line.
But a turnover nonetheless for the Bulldogs, so with 27 seconds to go in the quarter, Ottawa will start this drive in Baldwin territory, leading 61-20.
Looks like Ottawa's still running out most of their starters. I know we got a whole quarter of play left, but up big here.
Yep, Vink still at quarterback. This is Seth Ferguson, though, who gets his first carry of the night. And Ferguson, just like every other back, finding big-time space. Braden Hirschman saves the touchdown, making the tackle at around the 8-yard line. But a 31-yard burst by the fullback, Seth Ferguson. He's been in the game tonight, but has never had a carry up until that point right there, and he picks up 32 yards. First and goal at the 7.
Seems like it doesn't matter who they hand it to. There's going to be a huge hole to run through.
Sylvie is the D-back. He has a pair of scores. Googe and Ferguson are in front of him. That ends the third quarter. So we will be back right after this. 61-20 Ottawa as we go to the fourth here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Beatable service from a company you can trust. There's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered, to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Finally into the fourth quarter here tonight on Baldwin Sports Live. We are presented by Hayden Outdoors. 61-20 the score. Ottawa with a big lead. They'll have a first and goal coming up at the 7-yard line. Check out HaydenOutdoors.com for your next dream property, including the Appanoose Creek Retreat. Go check it out at HaydenOutdoors.com. They're in Franklin County, a perfect recreational slice of heaven for the avid outdoorsman. Nearly 115 pristine acres. Fully furnished, solar-powered cabin on the property. Great recreational space, whether it be hunting or just recreational vehicle activity, whatever you want there. It's all to your liking at the Appanoose Creek Retreat. Email Shad at HaydenOutdoors.com or Penny at HaydenOutdoors.com to learn more about the Appanoose Creek Retreat or many of the other wonderful properties at Hayden Outdoors. First and goal of the 7. Flags fly on the snap. The play is live as Ferguson takes it to the 5, but both the line judge and the head linesman threw a penalty flag. And now a timeout is called by Ottawa. So they're now calling it a false start, which means it would have been a dead ball penalty. I didn't hear any whistles prior to, but it doesn't really matter at this point. It's a 5-yard penalty either way you slice it, and it will make it first down and goal from the 12 instead for the Cyclones. Don't forget, after the game, you can go and hang out at the Bullpen in downtown Baldwin City. They are open from lunch through 2 a.m. on Monday through Saturdays, and then on Sundays they're open at 10 a.m. through 8 p.m. to perhaps go down there and watch opening weekend of the NFL season or whatever else might be entertaining for you. They got Wildcat Wednesday specials, karaoke Thursdays, live entertainments on many Friday and Saturday nights as well. Downtown at the Bullpen, downtown Baldwin City. Go along with your classic ballpark food as well. Here's a carry for Sylvie. He takes it down to the 4 for 8 yards and brings up a second down and goal.
Second down and goal from the 4.
New quarterback in the game. Hands off to Ferguson here, and Seth Ferguson with his back to the goal line crosses. And the backup quarterback, Mason Sutton, in there for the Cyclones, and he hands to Ferguson for the 4-yard touchdown run. And the Cyclones have put up 67 with an extra point pending.
Number 40, Seth Ferguson on the touchdown for Ottawa. Cyclones to attempt the point after. Vick will hold. Wooden will kick.
Wooden's kick good, 68-20 with 10:25 to play in the fourth on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Insurance agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
So now we're under 9.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Running clock in effect, so you're thinking, wait, clock doesn't look the same when we went to the commercial break, but clock continues to run here as we are ticking down near 9 minutes to play in this one. 68-20 Ottawa. Kickoff from Wooden into the end zone. Touchback. And the Bulldogs will take over at the 20. For Baldwin, it looks like the main crew is coming back out there. So the offensive linemen have been switched out, maybe it looks like. Jake Stavanis in at left tackle, but Harvey and his complement of weapons all out on the field, minus Sam Darnell. Braden Hirschman has come in to replace Darnell. And we saw Darnell shaken up a little bit earlier. He was able to come back in after that, but in the situation, his night probably finished as Vance Morgan takes the handoff and picks up 3 yards.
Yeah, I think we're officially into the time of the game. You want to get some younger guys some experience, let them know what varsity football is all about. And the bigger key is probably not to get anybody injured.
Yep. Wesley Martin went running off at the field now for the Bulldogs. Looks like Drew Flick in there on the offensive line now as well for Baldwin. It's Morgan on the carry out to the 26-yard line.
Number 11, Austin Curtis on the stop for the Cyclones.
Austin Curtis with the tackle.
Third down to 3 for the Bulldogs.
And to the raucous support of the student section. Into the lineup for the Ottawa Cyclones comes Charles Cafferty. They were chanting, "We want Charles." And Walt Alexander says, "You've got Charles." Back-to-back 3-yard runs from Vance Morgan. And they go to him a third time, but that one goes nowhere as Tommy Evans makes the tackle in the backfield, a 2-yard loss on that stop by Evans. And it brings up 4th down for the Baldwin Bulldogs, 4th and 6 with 6.5 minutes to play.
Ball on the 24-yard line brings up 4th down.
Now Grayson Welch has come in as well, so they got some size now on this middle of the defensive line. Charles Cafferty, who came in there, is 6'3", 43, and now standing next to him is Welch, who is 6'3", 292. Bulldogs to throw on 4th and 6. Grossner hauls it in for the first down as he slides down around the 34, a 10-yard completion, and a 4th down conversion for Baldwin.
Gets up 11 yards and a Bulldog first down. Ball on the 35-yard line.
5th grab of the night for Riker Grossner. 4th down conversion will allow the offense to stay on the field with 5.5 minutes to play the ball game. You'd love to see the Bulldogs, if they don't score, I mean, you'd love to see them score, but I would like about a 4.5, 5-minute scoring drive right here.
It'd be nice to march this ball all the way down the field, wouldn't it?
Harvey protected well, takes the deep shot for Grossner. And Grossner had it hit him in the hands, but then it was knocked out of there by Duarte. It hasn't been the most efficient night through the air. Just 11 out of 25 now throwing the football in this game for the Bulldogs. And as you mentioned earlier, there's a flag, by the way, on that last play. You mentioned it earlier, Ryan, that typically in the past, a lot of the big plays and everything have come through the air for the Bulldogs. But tonight it's been the running game that has been what they've had their success with.
That's really encouraging, too, if you can add that facet of offense to your game. Get some big runs, take some pressure off Jack Harvey having to make so many plays through the air.
The penalty on the Bulldogs was declined, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Clock down to 4:25 and counting.
Like I said earlier, offensively, this is a game to build off of. Been pretty good moving the ball. Nice balance. Couple big breakout plays. Vance Morgan breaking out tonight.
Fake to Michael. Throw over the middle. Hauled in by Grossner. It was a little bit behind him, so that took his feet out from under him. He had to twist to make the catch. Couldn't run after the catch, but they pick up 13. And it's another Bulldog first down on that hookup, the 6th of the game for Harvey to Grossner.
You wonder what Paola's going to think when they see this scoreline tonight. They got Ottawa next week. Let's see, they put up 68 points.
Timeout, Baldwin. Now, Ottawa has had no troubles offensively in this game, and the defense, after making a couple of early stops, Baldwin has done a pretty good job of slicing up their defense as well. They just been playing with such a big lead that hasn't really mattered for them.
It's nice when you can give yourself that kind of cushion, that kind of leeway to give up the big plays. Hopefully Baldwin can get to that point as a football team where you don't have to worry too much about someone giving up some of those gash plays. Confident in your offense to just move the ball right down and score yourself.
3.5 minutes to go in this game. Stick with us after this final 3.5. We'll take a quick timeout, come back and name our Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. Get you all the final numbers. There's a lot of them. And what has been a high-scoring affair. So that's all coming up on the post-game show as Harvey airs it out for Grossner. And Riker hauls it into the 15-yard line. Got separation. Is tackled at the 10. But the Bulldogs pick up 42 on that deep ball to Grosner. It puts Riker over the century mark in receiving yards tonight. And the stop at the end of that deep ball made by Ottawa's Gavin Beattie.
I love to see that. It's a handful of times Riker's been able to get open deep, get some separation. That was a perfect throw that time from Harvey. Put it right on him.
Previously, their longest pass play was 17 yards tonight before that 42-yard strike. Now Harvey to throw again from the 10. Looking for Reichert, batted up in the air and intercepted. Ottawa comes up with their 5th turnover of the game. This one on a batted ball. And the Cyclone to pull it down. At 81, yep, Zach Winter comes up with the interception.
Can't really fault Jack on that one. He's felt some pressure. He had to roll out to his right. He's just trying to make a play. Put it on the receiver, but got tipped up in the air. Just like that, an interception earlier in the first half. It wasn't really his fault.
So Ottawa takes over with under 2 minutes to play in this ball game. Ball is on the field. Who's got it?
From 11 to play.
Looks like the ball carrier was able to get that one back.
Recovered by the Cyclones.
So the first, that was Ferguson, who had a couple of carries and a touchdown as well in this game, but no gain on that one. Avoids the turnover though. Student section booing as Charles Cafferty is taken off the field, but Cafferty's got a bit of a limp. I think he had to come out, maybe an ankle.
Put in a good shift though.
This has been a fun night for a lot of guys.
Yeah.
A lot of big plays, guys having career-type nights when it comes to the long touchdown runs, the defensive plays. Here's a false start against Ottawa. So there's going to be a lot of happy guys after this ball game. And unfortunately for the Bulldogs, some of their big play happiness for this game is going to be overshadowed a little bit by the 48-point deficit here in this final 30 seconds. But hopefully something to build upon, and they can get the two sides, the offense, the defense, to both click together. Maybe the Bulldogs will have something going here as the kneel down will end this ball game. And the Ottawa Cyclones will pick up their first win of the season and move to 1-1 on the year, as the Baldwin Bulldogs will drop to 0-2 to start 2022. 68-20 your final score. The Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game will name him next here on the Postgame Show right after this on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
(68-20) our final score tonight, as Ottawa picks up the victory over the Baldwin Bulldogs, and the Ottawa Cyclones improve their record on the year now to 1-1. Just like they did last year, they win their second game of the year over the Baldwin Bulldogs, and it drops Baldwin to 0-2 with this loss for another year. But the offense got it going tonight after that slow start as we name our Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game tonight. And the guy that really got things going and spurred that offense, Vance Morgan, our Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game tonight.
Yeah, I think a couple honorable mentions. I think we're going to have a lot of chances to give it to Jack Harvey over the course of the year. Grosser had a nice night as well. He had over 100 yards. But for me, it was Vance Morgan because you're out your top two running backs, and Connor Murray and Cody Buck, and you need somebody to step up, and he did in a big way. He showed a lot of bursts and some wheels on a couple of those big breakout runs he had. So you're looking for a guy to step up, and Vance Morgan did just that for the Bulldogs, and hopefully we can build off of that and continue to contribute to the Bulldogs as the season goes on here.
Carried 13 times for 148 yards and the touchdown tonight as he bursted for 79 yards on that touchdown run. The longest play of the year for the Bulldogs on a night filled with big plays. Vance Morgan had the one that bursted free for the Bulldogs. He's tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game. From insurance to investments, wealth management, and financial planning, Farm Bureau Financial Services is there to help you protect what matters most. Call today and set up a meeting with your local Farm Bureau team at 785-594-1055. It's your future. Let's protect it. All the final numbers and more on the postgame show next here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Final in Ottawa tonight, 68-20. The Cyclones over the Baldwin Bulldogs. Ottawa 1-1, Baldwin 0-2. As we have a chance now to check the final numbers. Our official stats partner, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, where they want to remind you that it's never too early to start thinking about tax season. Call them for helpful tips on how to best prepare and learn about upcoming changes to maximize your return, or stop by at 608 High Street in Baldwin City for timely, accurate, and reliable services at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Visit newfrontiertbs.com or call 785-594-1204 to learn more. Baldwin with 465 yards of offense in this game tonight, 324 on the ground, $141 through the air. Ottawa also over 400, nearly 500 in fact for the Cyclones, and all of it rushing yardage. 483 rushing yards tonight for Ottawa at a 13.1 yard per carry clip. They only threw the ball one time, and it was intercepted. They said, the heck with that. We're going to run it 37 of our 38 plays tonight. Baldwin actually ran 20 more plays in this game than Ottawa, and Baldwin had more, if you will, big plays, 13 plays of 10 or more yards. Just 10 plays of 10 or more yards for Ottawa, but Ottawa's big ones were really big ones, and they obviously had plenty of them, and they took advantage of what was 5 turnovers tonight for the Bulldogs, just 1 Ottawa turnover, and penalties pretty good for Baldwin tonight, just 4 penalties for 40 yards. Ottawa 9 penalties for 53 yards, but the Cyclones win the turnover battle by 4, and 2 of those early, really costly, as the Bulldogs fell into a 28-point hole very early into this game. Ottawa had only run 6 plays on offense, and they led 28-0 in this game out of the gates. And it's not as simple as to say, well, that's the ball game, but that was pretty much the ball game at that point. Baldwin kind of traded punches with them after that, Ryan, but they just couldn't overcome that really dreadful start.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really tough start. And anytime you go down 28-0 to start a football game, your head starts to drop a little bit, you lose some confidence. But I thought Baldwin was really resilient after that, and they, like you said, started trading blows punch for punch with Ottawa, and they really put together a pretty good offensive performance overall. They were able to move the ball, score 20 points, and should have been a little bit more. Had that fumble on the goal line there from Harvey, but obviously a few things you need to clean up. Defensively, you need to be able to stop the run, be a little more stout, and clean up the turnovers a little bit. Like you said, not a lot of penalties, so good on that front, but you can't turn the ball over 5 times and give them a short field all those times like you did and expect to win a lot of football games.
Check the rest of the numbers here, brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services. 4 different guys in this game ran for over 100 yards, and another one having more than 100 receiving. For Ottawa, 2 guys over the century mark. Javion Shepard, just 4 carries, but 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. Zion Wooden, 15 carries for $144 and 3 touchdowns. Zayden Vink with 6 carries, 68 yards and a score. Dante Sylvie, 9 carries, 60 yards and 2 scores. Seth Ferguson, 3 carries, 36 yards and a touchdown as well. For the Bulldogs, Jack Harvey ran for 154 yards on 11 carries with 2 touchdowns. Vance Morgan ran for 13 carries for 148 yards and a score. 3 carries, 2 yards for Jaden Michael. 3 carries, 20 yards for Riker Grossner. Grossner caught 7 passes for 105 yards of the game. Sam Darnell, 3 catches for 32. Tristan Capel, 1 catch for 8 yards. Harvey through the air, just completing only 46% of his passes tonight for 3 interceptions as well. 13 of 28, 141. No touchdowns, 3 picks in this game. So your final score is 68-20. Ottawa now 1-1. Baldwin 0-2. The Bulldogs will be on the road again this next week as they will travel down to Lewisburg Friday night, 6:40 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. We will have volleyball next Thursday, as you see there on the schedule on the screen. Volleyball match next Thursday. Baldwin hosting Paola. We'll have it for you here on Baldwin Sports Live. And the following Tuesday on the 20th, we'll get our first soccer game of the fall here on Baldwin Sports Live as the Bulldogs host the Ottawa Cyclones. So there's your upcoming broadcast schedule. Check it out on BaldwinSportsLive.com, VarsitySportsLive.com/Baldwin, and the YouTube channel, Baldwin Sports Live on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe so you can never miss a game. That's going to do it for us here tonight. For Ryan Hilmer, I'm Bryce Kessler. Thanks for joining us on a beautiful night in Ottawa. Beautiful night weather-wise, but the Bulldogs unable to overcome a tough start to this one. They fall 68-20, your final score. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com. We'll see you on Thursday at home for Baldwin Volleyball and next Friday for Bulldog Football at Lewisburg.
You've been watching Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com. Baldwin Sports Live also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jabats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.